All right. Are we ready? Are we ready?
Are we going? Is this now? Are we live? Are we rolling?
This is episode 1 of the Retro Bitcast.
Yup.
All right.
Wow.
From the top.
Good.
From the top.
Good drop.
From the top.
Oh my Christ.
All right, Sega, roll with the intro.
Yeah.
Roll with the intro.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is the first one. Cool.
Probably the only one. We're getting canceled. So
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. No,
This
I'm just
will
kidding.
be released and we will disband. That is how this
Yeah,
is going to
exactly.
go down.
No. Fucking. Okay. You guys are making me laugh, and it's you know what? I really don't appreciate it.
Let me do it.
I'm sorry.
You do
sir.
it.
Let me
Fine.
do it.
Fine.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of the Retro Bitcast, starring myself, Rinakai, along with the Sega Master,
That's me.
the Viking Blood,
That's me without the.
and fake Tim Jones.
present.
What's going on, everybody? How are we doing today?
God. Oh,
Dude,
God.
I'm
doing
fantastic.
great.
How are you, Kai?
I'm doing good. I hope you're doing swell, Tim, Sega, and Viking. Thank you guys for wanting to be a part of the Retro Bitcast. So, a little history on the Retro Bitcast. It originally started out as a stretch goal incentive for my charity stream for Parent Project Muscular Dystrophy. Since then, it has quickly evolved into something much more, and we went from having a one-off podcast idea to turning it into a whole thing. And none of this would be possible without my 3 friends alongside me, and especially Sega for setting everything up.
Hey, now you don't need to give me that much credit. It was it was birthed out of your brain, dude.
It's
Yeah.
true.
It's all you.
It really was. We were just in a phone call, and
A
then
phone
Kai was
call?
like, hey,
Phone call, huh? Yeah.
or a Discord call, and Kai was just
Is this
like,
the
hey,
80s?
let's do a podcast, and we were just like, yeah, that's a good idea,
Yeah.
And here we
But-
are.
and
Yeah.
we're gonna finally see if that really was a good idea.
Today's the day we find out.
Yeah.
But the
Absolutely.
real question is, right? Who is everybody? Who are we?
We
Who
are
are
the
you?
Retro Bit Champs. We are a stream team on Twitch, and we strive for positivity and community among the streaming platform. And we want to, help out as many streamers as we can,
Yeah.
and show love to those who deserve it.
Hell yeah.
Couldn't agree
And
more.
Link can be found in the description of the podcast wherever you are listening. If you're, and on YouTube as well, you'll be able to find the link to our official team page on there, as well as our other host as well. He is not a part of the team, but he is very much an honored guest, an
Appreciate
honored
the hell out of
host.
it. Oh, yeah.
His link will also be found in the description below. Viking,
Thank you, gamer.
introduce yourself, bitch.
Yeah, so I am Viking Blood. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch who is kind of still new to the game. About 6 months streaming. Well, like taking it seriously, not just like here and there. And do a variety of games with a bunch of different friends and some solo stuff as well. And my biggest thing and kind of my little corner of the internet, I've now pushed on the idea of supporting the homies. So anybody that's a homie to me, support them and show them love. And spread the support to everybody.
Well said.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
well done.
Tim,
Hi,
who are you?
I'm Tim. Also a variety streamer. I mean, I play a lot of Portal, and I'm really bad at video games, and that's kind of my niche. But I mean, here I am. Clearly, I did something right. Maybe I don't know. I don't
Possibly.
get it. Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, drinking some coffee right now. It's pretty good.
Hell yeah, dude. What kind
Yeah.
of coffee you drinking?
I'm drinking some Starbucks coffee.
Wow, supporting the man. Cool. Kai, who are you?
I am Rinakai. I'm a variety streamer and founder of the Retrobit Champs. I stream a lot of variety games over on Twitch, mainly open world and action games, such as the Yakuza series or Marvel Spider-Man. I believe it's always a good time in my stream, and
It is.
without everybody here, none of this is possible. So, thank you all for watching, and thank you guys for being a part of it.
Damn.
Can you
Your
tell I
English was so much
Sega?
better than mine.
Can you tell I prepared?
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
So
Preparation.
we want to turn to the next page of the script, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're on page 2 now.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, sorry, I started at the back. Hold on.
You start at the back. God
Yeah.
damn it, guys!
You
Fuck
just
you.
spoiled
I thought-
yourself, dude.
I thought
You
we were.
spoiled the ending of the podcast.
I
I
thought it
worked,
was-
dude.
I'm sorry. I thought we were going. Manga rules on this. I thought it was back
Dude,
to front, not front to back.
Isn't
I'm
the
sorry.
beginning
I
an
get it.
Fucking
epilogue?
weeb.
I understand.
Wow,
Didn't
we're
we
stupid.
do Mile High
We're
Club or something?
We fucking in planes?
Is it-
What?
Also,
It was supposed to be a Call of Duty reference.
yeah. Also, could we talk about the fact that Sega still hasn't introduced himself yet?
Yeah, Sega. Who
Go
are you?
ahead,
I have,
Sega.
I have no
Who am-
idea who you are. Who's this person?
Who am I? Well, as the famed Jackie Chan would say in that one movie that I don't remember the name of.
Who am I?
Who am I?
The movie's called Who Am I?
Oh, is it called Who Am I? I legitimately didn't know that. I actually didn't know that.
It is.
I have
Is
no
it called
clue.
Who Am I?
Hold on.
Somebody
you
Google it.
I'm
I'll
doing a quick
Google
Google
it.
search.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, that's the power of the internet. Anyways, I'm also a Twitch streamer. Isn't that nutty? We're all Twitch streamers. I play games. That's what I do. I play games. I think it's fun. I think it's great. It's and I wouldn't be here without my friends that are all around me right now, hanging with me in this podcast or outside of the podcast while in the thing. And yeah, fucking, it's cool. I love you.
Absolutely.
The real Twitch streamers are the friends we made along the way.
Well
Dude,
said.
it's just like anime.
Little update. Who Am I is the name of the Jackie Chan movie.
It came out the year I was
Incredible.
born.
That came out the year
That's
what?
also going to be
Viking?
the title of episode 1. Who am I?
Oh, God.
Yeah, it came out the year I was born.
Who knows?
And
Dude, what year was that?
And everyone's going to be
1998.
fine with that. I know it.
I
Yeah.
thought this is the one-off.
Yeah, this is the one-off. Well, no, it'll
dude,
be
who
the
am I?
it'll-
we're not
it'll
a
be-
one-off anymore.
no. It'll be the one-off semicolon hyphen
Who am I?
dash.
We
Who am I?
did not mention
For-
our special
for-
guest. We have Jackie Chan calling in about 25 minutes.
We do. We actually do.
We don't.
Dude, could you imagine if we had that much pull? Holy
We don't
shit.
have Jackie Chan. Maybe one
I
day
do. We-
I
Jackie
wish.
We
Chan
do.
will join our podcast. Though.
This is a
It's-
open invitation for Jackie Chan. If you're listening, please.
We are huge fans
Absolutely.
of your work and would love to
Yeah.
have you on the show.
Mr. Chan, my DMs are open. You already know this because I have you on speed dial, but
How many? Okay, Sega. How many celebrities do you have on speed dial?
well, I got it. I got
We know Jackie Chan.
I know Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
I have the guy who plays Captain America.
Chris
Um,
Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Evans.
I can't believe I forgot his name too.
Yes, I have Tyler Blevins, of course.
Yeah.
Me and him are actually really tight. We went to school together. It was really cool. Speaking of actual famous people that I can actually contact and like,
Yeah,
they'd
you do
be really
actually
chill with
have
it.
some like kind of pull with some celebrities.
I actually know Thomas Sanders.
Yeah.
Like he went to my school and he's like, "You're cool," and I was like,
that's
I've never been
crazy.
told anything like that from anybody
Have
with
you-
any sort of importance."
Have you ever thought about actually like trying to like get in touch with him, or like when you say he went to your school, like as like a visit or like actually like classmates?
No, like he graduated 2 years before me.
Holy shit.
So, and then he just constantly comes back and would just visit and just be like, "Hey, what's poppin'?" And I'd be like, "Hey,
What
you're famous. You're famous as fuck." And he's like, "Yeah, just a little bit."
Dude,
Wasn't-
that's crazy.
Wasn't he like a Viner?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was.
Okay.
And now he makes those shorts on YouTube.
He's really funny.
He is.
He's pretty
He's
funny.
hilarious. His vines, I haven't kept up with him after Vine, but his vines were absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
This is an open invitation.
Bro, shout out to Vine.
Shout out to Vine.
Yeah.
And speaking of Vine,
Gone but not forgotten.
amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Speaking of Vine.
So Sega,
Mm-hmm.
what's going on this week?
What is going on this week?
I don't know, man. I asked you, but
That's a good question.
you directed it back to me, so I'll
I sure
answer
did.
it.
It's November
do.
11th.
It is November 11th. It is 9 years since Skyrim released. Happy birthday,
Oh,
Skyrim.
yeah.
Has it
Oh,
really
yeah.
been
Happy
fucking
birthday.
9 years?
Yeah, it would be
11,
9.
11, 11.
That's
Yep.
right.
Holy shit.
I remember getting
Yeah.
Skyrim day one, and then I made
Yeah.
a character, spent 3 hours doing that, and then I never picked the game back up again. What a great experience that was.
I remember it coming out, and then my dad was a huge Elder Scrolls fan at that point, so he got it day one, got it on his PC, and he played on a 50-inch TV. And
Holy
I remember
shit.
us, yeah, because he had it HDMI straight into his PC, which is why I have my setup the way it is. And so he was sitting on the couch with a wireless keyboard and mouse on his 50-inch TV. And I remember loading in, and that first time it fades out in the wagon, and, like, all we ever played was Fallout 3 and Oblivion, right? So, like, the graphical jump from those to Skyrim, we were, like, our jaws hit the floor. It was great.
I can't
And that-
imagine.
And then they re-released it, like, 15 times, and they still haven't put out 6, and I'm sad.
Well,
Oh, yeah, dude.
15 is generous. Well, no, 15
I
is
mean-
cutting it low.
Kai,
Yeah.
I own 7 copies of the game.
That's fair. I own 43.
I'm not going to try to activate anybody's device at home, but has anybody tried the Amazon,
I have not.
Oh, it's so much
I don't
fun,
have
dude.
one.
the text? What is it? It's like voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
essentially like D&D but set in Skyrim. It's
Yeah.
like super cool. Like
Yeah.
you sit there and like you roll for character stats and all that.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, because they
It's
put it
really
out.
cool.
They put it out as like almost like a joke thing.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, like
100% a joke.
E3. Because it was like, well, they put out that, and I think it was also like the fridge one. I think was the other. Or no, that was just the one
The
joke.
fridge
that
one
year.
was stupid.
Yeah.
The fridge one was fucking stupid.
There was Skyrim. There was Skyrim Alexa edition, and then Skyrim Fridge edition, and it's like understandable.
Because they were going off the meme that they're going to release Skyrim on every like device.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty
exactly.
sure they made it as like a skit because they even got
They
like,
did, yeah.
Keegan Michael Key for
Yeah,
the
they
skit.
did.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then everybody thought it was just a skit, but it was like a real game, and like it actually came out. And
Yeah.
you could just play Skyrim on your Echo.
And starting yesterday and tomorrow, Skyrim is available on your Series X and PlayStation 5
Oh my god.
through backwards compatibility.
Dude,
Yeah.
that
Never
shit
have
has
to be without it.
that shit's jumped 3 generations.
So
like,
is
that,
so is GTA 5 though.
Yeah, I was gonna say like fucking GTA 5 and Skyrim are like on the most generations of like consoles that I can think
I
of.
don't know, man. Resident Evil 4.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Resident
Yeah. That's
a
Evil
good
4
one.
has been around a hot minute.
I mean, if you count all the re-releases and stuff, Mario 64 is up there too now, isn't it? Because didn't they have a DS port as well
Yeah, it was on 64
for DS and Switch now
DS
because
and
of
Switch.
3D All Star?
And
So-
both
Oh, and you
I
could
mean,
also get it on the Wii. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
both Wii's.
yeah.
Oh,
Wii
right,
and
you
Wii
could
U.
get it on the Wii U.
Yeah,
So
Dude, shout out to
everybody
the
else
8
forgets
people.
about the Wii U too.
I had a Wii U.
I do too, but I forget
It's-
about it.
It's sitting in a box doing nothing.
You two are one of the 8 people that own a Wii U. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Smash
and-
4 was so good though.
and my my buddy in high school was one of the other 8 because I remember going over to his house one day and he was like, "Yeah, we're just gonna get a couple of buddies together and play Smash," and we absolutely fucking built the worst Pikachu amiibo known to man. Because
Spencer, that Basunis is
God.
one of the other 8 too.
yeah.
There you go.
No, we made the worst Pikachu in the world because like we only knew a little bit about amiibo training, so we were like, yeah, we'll have it versus like a level 9 AI of itself until it gets good, and then we'll throw it against other level 9 AIs because none of us were great at Smash, so we wanted to build a monster basically. But so we trained it for a couple of levels against a level 9 Pikachu, and then a bunch against a level 9 Shulk. And that's what we learned a flaw about amiibos, in which they just read it as button inputs.
Yeah.
And with Shulk, you put neutral B to switch Monado arts.
Oh no.
This is all
So
true.
this Pikachu only learned how to sit on the edge of the map and spam B to keep you at distance and then wait for a Smash Ball to show up, and then it was a monster because it learned how to control it like a level 9 Pikachu. So it would camp you out, get the Smash Ball, and then just destroy you. And it was like, what the
Wow.
fuck happened? It was so good.
That's amazing.
It's disgusting.
It was so stupid, and that's what I learned. The flaw of amiibo is that it's like if you want to make an amiibo kind of mediocre, just train it against a Shulk. As long as it's not a Shulk, as long as it's not a
Kinda
Shulk
mediocre.
amiibo, like you want to make it the worst Captain Falcon in the world, just train it against a level 9 Shulk.
Non-stop Falcon Punch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I actually have a little story about Mario 64. It's not a long one. It's actually very recently too.
Yeah.
So this was about a month before the All-Star Collection came out.
Okay.
It was heavily leaked at this point, but can't go off of that. You can't be too sure.
Yeah.
So what I ended up doing was I loaded up my Wii U because this was a little while ago when I was doing a Pokemon pinball stream.
Mhm.
I loaded up my Wii U and I purchased Mario 64.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
2 days later, 3D All-Stars got announced.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way it is.
Mhm.
And
What's the? Does
to
anyone
this
remember?
day, I smashed my Wii U. Anyways, that's
I
not
remember
true.
you talking about that, and you were just like it got announced, and you just went, "Fuck! I just got this."
Yeah, they couldn't have announced it like 2 days earlier.
Oh, that's awful.
Dude, that's been the thing. Is like, oh man, I'm curious. I want to see what you guys' opinion on this is because I think I have a slightly different opinion on it. Where do you guys stand on like game leaks and stuff like that? Like,
I
are
don't
you-
trust them until there's an official source.
fair enough, but I mean, regardless of trust or not, but on the factor of it, like, if it turns out to be like a legitimate leak that turns out to be true, are you like upset that it got leaked, or do you just not care anymore?
Oh, I'm
because
pissed
it's
that it
such
got leaked.
Yeah,
It's case by case for me. It depends on what it is. If it's something that I don't much care about, like say, what's a game series I don't really care much for?
Halo.
Halo. I like Halo, but I
Yeah.
don't like it enough to like follow it like intensely.
Mhm.
But so if something got leaked for that, I
Yeah.
may not care as much in the case like something got leaked for Miles Morales.
Yeah.
That would fume me. But a Halo leak that I saw, probably not too much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely, for me, it's case by case.
That's understandable.
My
Speaking
Oh, go
speaking
ahead.
of leaks, did you guys know that in the new Halo game, Master Chief's gonna be in it?
That's
It's a
it.
bold play,
That's it.
honestly.
This podcast is canceled.
Tim's out.
Cut it.
Tim's out.
Director
Tim just
cut it.
left.
End it.
Editor, cut to my voice.
So, Tim, what were you saying?
Oh,
Yeah, what were you saying, Tim? Sorry.
Just my opinion on leaks. It is disappointing when it happens because I just think about like the developers making the game and they're trying their best to keep it a secret because they want it to be a surprise. And when things get leaked, it kind of just ruins that surprise, and it makes me feel horrible for the developers and the fans of the series who maybe want to wait or just experience the like the details of the game with everyone else at the same time, which is why like E3 is always fun because you're always you're there with everybody experiencing the trailer or whatever.
Yeah,
But
there's
then,
like a magic
the
to
past
it.
2 years, E3's been leaked beforehand anyway.
Yeah, true, but
Yeah.
regardless, it's still
But it's that feeling.
it's just exciting to
No,
watch
for
it
sure.
with everyone at the same time
Yeah.
instead of just reading it through a Twitter article or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No,
like
that
if
makes sense.
fucking if Nintendo was like oh, they just put a Twitter thing out like, oh hey, Mario All Stars is out, like people would be like, oh cool,
Yeah.
and no one would care. But they built up hype around it and like gave it a fucking whole direct and everything, and then everyone's like, oh okay, yeah, let's get excited,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like I'm kind of numb to leaks because, like, I mean, I have probably the game I've played the most in recent years has been Rainbow Six Siege, and for
Did you
like,
call a plumber?
and for like 3 or 4 seasons, or like actually no, like the last 2 years worth of content, there's been like a dedicated group of like data miners and shit, and like so many like rumored leaks of shit coming out that it's like, and so many of them are like credible sources now that you almost get 2 announcements for it. Like you get the new update comes out, new operators, new map, whatever, and then 2 weeks later, we're getting information about like characters and weapons that are like half a year out. And then like 6-8 months later, those show up again as an official announcement. So it's like, I feel like I'm very jaded to it, only because of the fact that like one of the games I've played the most, I've known most of the operators coming out ahead of time for like ever now.
See, like, I've never understood what people get out of leaking shit. Because it's like, it's gonna come out anyways.
It's the same complex of people like wanting to like spoil a movie that's just out in theaters. Like, it's just they enjoy the misery of others, and it's like, grow up.
Yeah, just drink the tears of the fools whose fun you just ruined.
Mm-hmm.
I can get behind that.
It's just never exciting to get things spoiled for you, you know?
It isn't.
Yeah.
Dude,
I,
that was the.
I actually almost got Miles Morales spoiled for me this week.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Keep in mind the time we are recording this. It is about
The day before
5
it
hours
comes out.
till release
Yeah.
of
Oh my
both
God,
Miles
yeah.
Morales and the PlayStation 5 version.
You staying up and playing it tonight?
No, I think I'm going to wait until tomorrow, and I'm just going to have a large stream of it.
There
That's
you go.
fair.
Hey, dude, Kai's streaming tomorrow. Everybody be there. You hear that, listeners?
Yeah,
I mean,
you hear that,
be
listeners?
there.
Go
You hear
back
that?
in
Be there,
time
lit-
8 days.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
go
my
watch his
stream.
VOD from
Just watch the
11,
VOD.
12.
Yeah, we
I'm
don't.
sure-
We should preface we're not releasing this immediately after recording it.
Yeah,
so-
no. It's,
It'll be what, the 20th? You said is when this is coming out.
yeah, it's gonna be about a week and 2 days until it comes out.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited for Miles Morales, man.
Dude,
It looks hype.
Oh my god,
Anyone
it
that
looks
knows me
so
knows
good.
that anyone that knows me knows that I absolutely adore Spider-Man as a character, and that game, the 2018 game, was easily
Oh
my
my
game of the year
God.
that year.
Oh yeah.
And
That
100%.
like
so good.
there's just so much beauty and so much mystery, but also there's something beautiful about that game. And it's not technically a sequel, but it is a continuation. And it's just so
a
nice
successor
to
in a way.
go back to this universe that was given so much love and is seemingly continuing to receive said love. And it's
Yeah.
in the hands of a perfect developer team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the
Yeah,
other thing as
for
well
sure.
is like that game, like because I've never really played any of the like early Spider-Man games, like from like the PS2 days or whatever.
Oh, you mean
Like-
the best Spider-Man games?
Yeah, like the 2018 was like the first like Spider-Man game I ever played, and like I've seen footage of like the web swinging from like the old games when like the tech wasn't there to support it, and like then you load into that first mission of the 2018 one, right? And it immediately is like hit like R2 to like fire a web and swing, and you're immediately gliding, and it's so easy.
It feels
and it was
so
like
good in that game.
Dude, I spent so much time just like just swinging around the city, not doing anything. Like I don't care about the missions, I don't care about like any of the side stuff. I'm just gonna swing around the city for a while and just have fun with it.
And that's a
So
large
good.
beauty of that game.
It is.
Of Spider-Man games in general, where Insomniac knew they needed the Spider-Man fan base very passionate. But they knew they had, if they got everything else wrong, they had to get at least the swinging
The
right.
webs-
Because
yeah.
if you got that, your game would still be okay.
Oh yeah.
The game would still have a very good cushion. But
And even
along
with
with
that, the combat's
swinging,
great.
it's so everything in the game is. I won't go into too much of a tangent, but that entire game, there is no corner of that game that isn't filled with just love and adoration
Yeah.
for the source material.
It's a beautiful
Yeah.
game, and
It is.
It's the reason I bought a PlayStation. I had no desire of ever getting a PlayStation, and I've always just been an Xbox kid my whole life. And I saw Spider-Man come out, and I was like, "That looks so good." So I saved up. I was working at Starbucks at the time, and I was just saving up tips. And I eventually just bought a PlayStation and a copy of Spider-Man. And I 100% of that game in 4 days. It's just like
You fucking
it was-
beast.
It was quite an experience. That game is absolutely beautiful from beginning to end, and I can't wait to experience Miles Morales. I'm probably not going to play it for
Yeah.
a while, but
I still need to
When
go
the time
back and
comes.
looking forward to
I
it.
need to go back and wrap the last DLC. I wanted to have all the trophies across all the updates for PS4 Spider-Man, and all I'm missing is the last DLC. I need to do like 2 more story missions and the last little bit of like overworld stuff, and then do a new game plus run on max difficulty.
You know,
And
honestly,
then I'd have everything.
with the new Spider-Man 2, I can't believe something though. I can't believe they spoiled who Spider-Man is in the fucking title. Like, you at least got to work to it in like the old Spider-Man, but like they just straight up tell you, and everybody's been saying it like it's not a big deal, dude. Like,
The
You're
nerve.
out. You're out.
The nerve.
the nerve of Insomniac. You say I'm out, Tim?
Insomniac, more like spoiler-ac.
Oh, you could have gone for Insomni Whack. Would have been so
Yeah,
much
you
better.
could've.
Shit, this is why you're funnier than me.
No, we love Insomniac here.
Oh,
yeah, dude.
we do.
This is a free invitation. Sponsor us.
Insomniac is going to have 2 games in the launch window of the PlayStation 5. Spider-Man Miles Morales and Ratchet and Clank.
I was just about to talk about it.
yeah.
They're gonna
I
have
so
forgot about
fucking
Ratchet
excited.
and Clank.
Windows. That's crazy.
God, I didn't even
And
think
both
about that.
of them look spectacular.
Oh my god, I've literally never played a Ratchet and Clank game, and I saw the trailer for Ratchet and Clank on the PS5 reveal, and I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot.
Looks like a
That
fun
looks
game.
good. It does.
Dude, fucking Ratchet and Clank on the PS3, baller. Ratchet and Clank on the PS4, baller. Ratchet and Clank on the PS5, probably gonna be fucking more than baller. That shit looks great,
Yeah,
dude.
it looks so good.
Oh man, just
The whole
so,
like
so
time
much
rift shit
fun
that
stuff
everything does in
happening
there,
this week.
like, ugh.
I still think my favorite thing about that reveal going was if anybody saw Ray Narvaez Jr.'s reaction to when they show the female character.
I did not.
It's literally, it cuts to like the female version of Ratchet. I think that's, I don't know which one is which. Whichever one's not the robot.
That's Clank. You know, the sound that gears and shit make.
I don't know, man, but ratchets are what you use to fix robots. I'm sorry, like I said, I never played one.
He has a ratchet.
Fair enough, understandable. I'm just an idiot. Anyways, it cuts to a female Ratchet, and Ray just goes, and there's porn of her. It's like she was on screen for 2 seconds, and it's like he's probably not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's
Listen,
really not wrong.
we all know that if anything on the internet is true, God works hard. Rule 34: artists work harder.
Yup.
And look, I mean, even
that
still
tattooed.
with
Put that on a shirt.
I mean, even
bumper sticker,
Oh my
bumper
god!
sticker.
Please don't put that on a shirt. Jesus
Bumper
Christ! I don't think we
sticker.
can sell that.
I think we can.
Maybe you can't.
We can. We can. All right,
I think
Tim.
we can. I'll pitch it to Light.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Let's all pitch it to Light after the podcast. Let's all just personally DM Light and just be like, "Hey, we got an idea for you."
God, I hope Light's doing well. You know, I love Light.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Love that boy. He's the reason we're all here.
That's very
Yeah.
true.
Sick.
Man, Light.
Oh my god.
I say that, but Light's gonna proof listen to this once I'm done editing it.
Oh, he sure will.
I'm gonna send it to him and be like, "Hey, listen to this and make sure everything's good." And then he's gonna be like, "You're an asshole." I'm gonna be like, "Cool, so it's good, right?"
Yeah. I mean, it's still that clip that you keep saying that we doctored, but we sure as shit didn't.
Which one did the Uno clip?
If you want mediocre jokes and subpar gameplay, twitch.tv/GameBoyLight.
Viking, why the fuck would you say that, dude?
Because I'm quoting you, asshole.
No. I never said that.
Yeah, you did.
You're so wrong, dude. You guys use a
Homie.
voice mod and everything.
Homie, I will comment on every single spot that this podcast is in with a link to that clip. Don't even test me.
Dude, but you can't leave comments on Spotify.
I will find a way.
You're gonna just put it in a fucking 1-star review.
Tweet it out.
God works hard. Viking works harder.
No, I don't. The amount of
You know-
time it's taken for this lore stream, I work at a snail's pace.
So yeah, that's a good transition. What are you planning, Viking?
I mean, I got a lot of stuff going on. Like, you mean like on stream or off stream?
No,
'Cause-
you're talking about a lore stream.
yeah.
Tell
So
us about your lore stream.
I have a few different projects going on right now, actually. Through a few different goals that I've reached through subs and or follows. I need to do a Dark Souls lore stream where it's going to be me commenting on all the lore of Dark Souls 1 while my girlfriend, Maple Gaming, plays through the actual game. This will be her first time playing it. She's watched people play it, but never done it herself, which is going to be real interesting. Outside of that, I also need to play through Breath of the Wild now because I finally hit 75 followers, which is
congratulations.
big. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going through Breath of the Wild for like the first time ever, which it's
a good game.
I'm really hoping I can get into it because I've tried a few other Zelda games in the past and been not the biggest fan. And I know everyone says that Breath of the Wild is very different.
Significantly.
And it's which is kind of why I'm hoping that I'll enjoy it because it is a pull away from the traditional sense. And then outside of that, I also am going to start going through all of the Assassin's Creed games, mainline, starting with 1, which I'm not looking forward to 1 and 3. I'm not looking forward to 1 and 3. Those are the ones I'm not looking forward to.
That's a game that could use a complete remake. Assassin's Creed 1.
Yeah, but yet they remastered 3.
They didn't remaster 3. This is what they did. They
ported
said,
it.
"Oh, let's put this on the Nintendo Switch. We'll scuff a little bit out on George Washington's shoe, and then we'll say it's remastered and throw that shit on the Switch." That thing runs like dog shit, dude. It's awful. I hate
bad.
that game. I disliked that game at first. I fucking hate the game now because it's just like I played the remastered. It runs like shit. It's shit. I hate it.
I know. Wow. I'm not looking forward to 3.
All I'm saying is Assassin's Creed 3 was my first Assassin's Creed game I ever played. So
I'm
so
sorry.
But everyone says that. Everyone talks shit about Assassin's Creed 3, and I genuinely enjoyed that game. I know it's not the greatest. I understand that.
Gameplay's fine.
It's not.
Gameplay's fine.
It's
Yeah.
compared to the other games, it's not great. But me playing that for the first time, I thoroughly enjoyed that game, with the exception of a few moments, and it takes a while to kind of get off the ground. But I really enjoy Assassin's Creed 3.
And that's the reason why a lot of people don't like it, is because it takes so long to get going.
You are a character that you don't care about for a solid 35% of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spoil Assassin's Creed 3 because it's been 9
Do
years.
it. It's a piece of shit.
No one cares. Go for it.
Nobody's gonna care.
Start you out.
Nobody in the comments are gonna just be like, "Oh no, they spoiled Assassin's Creed 3. I was gonna play that game." Nobody's sitting there with Assassin's Creed 3 on their docket to play. Like everybody's either played Assassin's Creed or looked at it and gone, gross."
Part of the reason Assassin's Creed 3 is so sour with me is because when you first play the game, you start out as a character that is way cooler than the main character you play as in every single way. Every fathomable way. Haytham Kenway is the coolest motherfucker.
In that game,
And then after 2 hours, you don't play it. You're done.
Wait.
Yep.
I feel the complete opposite.
You think
Really?
Connor's cooler than
You like-
Kenway?
I hated all the intro. I'm like, get on with it. Let me play
That
as
was
the
the
assassin.
best part of the game for me.
Nah.
That was the best part.
That's
Kenway's
insane.
fucking cool.
Really?
The
Easily
only
the best part of the game for me.
Really?
The only thing I will say,
And then there's the whole twist with him being a Templar, and you're like, "Oh my god!" And then the game
Yeah.
gets shitty from there.
Yeah, dude, Assassin's Creed 3, the one thing it did good was it started to make Ubisoft evolve on how they did free running. Because I remember when that game got announced and it's like, yeah, you can run and move through the trees. I was like, fucking finally. I don't have to look for like this perfectly structured Italian climbing. It's like I can actually just move. And then it just got better from there in terms of how they did free running.
Again,
Climb up the rigatoni.
Three's gameplay is not my problem with it. It plays like the free running and all that spectacular. I thought it was incredible.
Yeah.
And it's just I very much am a fan of like story-driven games.
Yeah.
The narrative and the story of the game was horrendous.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck about the main character.
Especially once you start to bring back in the whole the present day stuff as well with that. Like, oh
That's
my god.
the worst part of all Assassin's Creed games.
And it didn't help
is.
that the Desmond story was not fantastic.
I clapped when Desmond died at the end. I was so happy. I was
But
just
isn't
like,
the-
"Oh,
but
thank
isn't-
God!
isn't
Get
the
rid of
whole
this
thing-
shit. I don't want to see anything related to this bullshit ever again throughout the rest
It's
of these
the
games."
worst part. Like, who plays Assassin's Creed and is like, I'm so excited to get up to date with my present day knowledge of the Assassin's Creed.
I can't
No
wait
one
to
cares.
not be my ancestors.
No one cares about.
That's what I
the
fucking
present day
hated
stuff.
about that's like the thing I hated the most about 4. 4 is a fucking amazing game, but then
Yeah.
you get back and you're like, oh, boop, 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 I'm gonna go find the secrets in my office. Where's the post-it notes? It's like, shut up, get in the fucking, get in the VR setup and go play video games. Like, come on.
Walking around an office building for an hour and a half. I'm like, come on, let me be a pirate.
The best part about the present day sections in 4 that's Black Flag, right?
Yeah.
The best part about the real life sections in Black Flag are when that guy shows up in a side quest in Watch Dogs and you kill him.
Yep.
That was
I forgot that you do that.
Never played Watch Dogs.
You kill the dude from Abstergo on that one mission, and then everyone's like,
"Oh
my god,
it's a
Really?
side quest."
That's dope.
Hell yeah.
So Watch
Yeah,
Dogs and Assassin's Creed are in the same universe?
Basically,
Yeah.
Most
That's
of I think
rad. I didn't know that.
There's
I think it's
also
in
it's all
for
connected.
Watch Dogs Legion.
yeah.
For Watch Dogs Legion in the season pass, there's going to be like 4 like hero characters. They pronounce. One of them is Aiden Pierce, who is the protagonist of the first game.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't remember who the other 2 are, but one of them is, their words, not mine, a member of the Assassin Order.
That's dope.
That's
More
awesome.
or less just
That's dope.
flat out confirming they're in the same universe.
That's so cool. I
Yeah.
did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I need to go
And
play
they
those games.
also share the
I do too.
company. Like there was a company, like not Abstergo, but there's another company called Bloom in
Yeah.
Watch Dogs. I don't know if it's in the sequels. I know it's in the first one. So
I don't know either.
Bloom is very prominent in Watch Dogs, and it's in a few documents in Black Flag. So
Oh, that's cool.
there was always the writing on the wall that they were in the same universe.
Yeah.
And then Watch Dogs basically, not even basically, hey, this person's a member of the Assassin Order and you can play as them. Okay, they're in the same
really
universe.
cool.
Well, I mean, even recently, like this last week or so, like in honor or like to celebrate like Watch Dogs Legion coming out and like it kind of like being almost done and out kind of thing. It was, or no, it is out, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
No, it comes out on the 27th, doesn't
no, it's
it?
out.
It's out?
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay. Well, like the week leading up to its release, they did like a big like it was called like a Ubisoft hack sale or some shit like that. And what they did was they basically like went through all of their different like other properties, and it was like, yeah, you can get like all of these games like heavy discounted, but they changed the box art to have
I did
people
see this.
from Watch Dogs Legion on it. So I went and I bought the Ezio collection to get like those bought because it was like, fuck it, it's on sale. But my copy on my Xbox is it's Ezio standing there with the Ezio collection, but they gave him a pig mask because they fucking hacked the box art.
Oh, that's dope.
That's incredible.
It's really fucking cool. I don't know if they're ever gonna take it away, and I really hope they don't because I think that'd be really cool if it just stayed like that on my Xbox.
There was something similar to that when I think it was when Deadpool 2 came out. What is it, Fox that makes Deadpool?
I believe
So
you are correct.
They re-released a bunch of Fox movies, and they just hid Deadpool on the
Oh,
covers
yeah.
of the cases, and like you could just
Oh,
buy these at
that's
Walmart,
really
and they
cool.
all just had Deadpool just
That's
on
really
the
cool.
movies, and like they had nothing to do with Deadpool. They were just Fox movies,
Yeah,
and that's really cool.
that's really smart.
Yeah.
It was a very cool little promotional thing.
I like
Mm-hmm.
I like when companies do things, and when games taking place in the same universe that don't really have anything to do with each other is so cool. That's why, I mean, I'm a fake fan. I love Portal so much,
Yeah.
and it takes place in the universe as Half-Life, and I'm stupid and I haven't played Half-Life, but
Half-Life sucks.
I think that whole
Yeah.
concept of the two games taking place in the same universe is really dope. I want more of that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Half-Life Alyx, good game. Half-Life 1 and 2, remaster it.
Hey Valve, can you
Yes,
re-release
please.
Portal
Oh my
1 and
God.
Portal 2 with the Alex engine, please and thank you?
Oh, that would be
dude.
sick.
wow.
I would
That'd be so
nuts.
good. All right, bold play though. All right, let's just get a. If they just remastered the orange box, I'd be so happy.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Like everything minus TF2.
I've been
Like,
saying it.
Just
Go ahead, Viking.
I was gonna say, just like swap out TF2 for like a remake, like a remaster and a repolish of like Left 4 Dead 2, and just put that out as like
Yep.
a 5-game thing. Like you get all the Half-Lives re-released, repolished,
Yep.
Portal re-released, repolished, and Left 4 Dead 2 released and republished, or even Portal 2 just to make it the full
I
sequel.
say do that, but do all of the games, just remaster them, and I would gladly take every Valve game remastered over a sequel, like a third game, you know, because they never released a third game. Like, I would love a Portal 1 and 2 remastered over a Portal 3. I would be perfectly okay with that.
Did you guys ever hear about the guy that, it was a bunch of years ago, that put out, he was one of the writers for Valve, and he got canned, and he put out a, quote, fan script that basically was like, this is, but also I can't say it, is what Half-Life 3 was gonna be before they axed him.
I have not heard that.
It was
I've
like,
heard about this.
it was a bunch of years ago, and it was like, they put it out, like, it got announced that he was, relieved of his position, right? They didn't need him anymore. So they let him go. He went gracefully, right? He had no spite. He was like, okay, whatever, I'll move on. And then, like, a week and a half after he got fired, he put out this thing that was, like, a fan script, and they, like, he changed the names so that it wasn't Alex and Eli and Gordon, but you could tell right away who was who. And he put it out, basically projected like a fan project. So, like, they couldn't touch him. But, like, it basically broke down what Half-Life 3 was supposed to be. And I didn't read the whole thing, because it was, like, it was like a 4 or 5 page recap of, like, the entirety of the plot. And it was, like, by the end of it, because the end of Half-Life 2 Episode 2 is, like, Eli gets taken by the Striders, and you're just left in that, like, shack with Alex. And it's, like, by the end... God damn it, Sega. But by the end... It was, like, by the end of the entire, like, script that he put out, it's, like, Eli was still... Like, you found Eli died, and then Alex got kidnapped. So they didn't even wrap it at 3. They were going to put it on another cliffhanger. And it's like, fuck off. Like,
Valve.
Obviously... I don't know how true all of it is, right? He could have changed things for the sake of covering his own ass, but from what he put and what people assumed, it looked like it was going to be another cliffhanger that you were going to have to wait for.
You'll love to see it. Good old
It was,
cliffhanger.
it was
Can we
gross.
just resolve games? Can we just do
Yeah.
that? Can
The
we, like,
game
Bro,
that never ends.
Don't get me started on stories that don't end. They drive me insane. Like, I'm so tired of television shows just not ending. Like, just tell the story
like
and
I'll
end it.
never
please.
watch One Piece.
Yeah. It's like the problem with that is like you need like if you're taking a gamble on a new IP, make it a cohesive story. Because if it flops, anybody who enjoyed that process is now stuck with no resolution, right? Mm-hmm. But if you make a cohesive game, people like it, and you wrap the stories and then tie them together over time, it's like, okay, you can appreciate the subtleties throughout each of them, but you're never left waiting for the next one because you don't know what's going to happen in the development process, right?
Yeah.
But Viking, money.
Yeah, that's
I know.
everyone's driven by money, and I think the best example is for a really, really popular show, in my opinion. This is just my opinion.
The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. So Netflix is making a lot of money off of Stranger Things, and season 1 of Stranger Things is absolutely phenomenal. I love that season until the last 10 seconds, and then I'm just like, why? Because they tell this really awesome story and they end it, and then they're just like, but wait, there's more, and I'm like, come on, dude, just end it. Because I feel like one really cool cohesive story that starts and ends is so awesome. But they just keep pumping them out, and like while the seasons that come after are very entertaining, I'm just like, I'm not really getting anything out of this. I just want a beginning, a middle, and an end, and I'm not getting that. I'm just getting a beginning and a beginning and a beginning, and I'm just like, it's never ending.
They're at season 4 now, right?
Again and again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2? Yeah, season 2 is not great.
Season 1 was fine for me, but then season 2 was just... who cares?
There's a lot of cool things that happen in season 2 and 3. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. It's extremely entertaining, but like, I like stories that end. and I don't think it's going
Mm-hmm.
to end because it's making so much money for them. You know?
Yeah,
I
it's
really
it's just a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And like the other thing as well, at least in my opinion, it's like TV shows and like Netflix shows and stuff like that. I feel like that compared to video games, I think the media difference is why it's like I don't mind a cliffhanger ending to a TV show or like an anime more than I would rather have that in like a TV show or an anime because I'm used to that. Whereas so many games, right, especially like when games first came out, it was very much that like you got to the end credits of a game, right? You saved the princess, you did this, you did that, right? And it's like that's why I think I couldn't stand like all the episodically the Telltale games, just because like I wasn't a fan of the fact that like having to go between each one to like get the full story. I just did not like them.
I feel a little bad for Kai. The other day we played Halo 3 with Light, Kai, and myself, and Halo 2 is a cliffhanger game. Like, it ends on a cliffhanger, and you kind of just pick it up right at the beginning of Halo 3. So Kai was extremely lost because he's never played Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Maybe I'll
Halo
like it better when I play all of them.
Halo
Yeah.
games are best played in succession of each other.
Yeah, you got to play them in order.
Yeah.
I feel bad for for having you play Halo 3 first, because I promise it's really good and the story's really good, but
yeah,
I'll take your word for it.
you just didn't.
Even as someone like me, like
Just haven't
because
played it.
yeah, because I played one, and like I played these when I was young, so I didn't pay attention to the story too much. So like, by the time I paid attention to plot, it was Halo 3. Like I didn't play through the story of 2. I didn't pay attention at all, so I knew nothing going into Halo 3. And like I still enjoyed it, but obviously when I was a young dumb kid. But like even knowing what I know of the story of 2, not having played it fully myself, even now, it's like 3 is great.
Yeah.
If you're paying attention for the story, 3 is great once you know what happens in 2.
I really wish I could just erase my memory and play it for the first time again.
Yeah,
I would
re-experience
give
those.
anything.
I've just known it my whole life, and it's like I wish I could just experience it for the first time, because like you said, like I was a kid when I first played it, and I kind of just glossed over
Yeah.
the story, and then I kind of just learned it over time instead of like experiencing it. And I wish I would have just waited and played it all in one sitting and experienced the whole story from beginning to end. I think that would have been dope.
For sure. See, for me, if I had to do a game series like that, like wipe my brain and re-experience it for the first time, I would want to do it with Dishonored. I fucking love Dishonored 1 and 2.
Never played it.
Like, oh my god. They're definitely not for everybody. Like, they are very much... 1 especially is very much you need to play stealthy. Like,
I was gonna say, I'm glad you like Dishonored.
There's a
I'm fully aware I am in... Maybe not a minority, but I know a lot of people I talk to about it just couldn't stand those games or couldn't get into them. And it's like, it sucks, and I understand why. But for me, like, oh, I fucking love those games.
Apparently, the second one is fantastic.
The
Oh,
second
yeah,
one's
2 is-
really fucking good.
I mean, literally, I streamed all of 2 in one sitting, and I've never done that before.
nice.
All of my streams were like 4 hours long at that point, and then all of a sudden I did like a 9.5 hour stream because I just wanted to finish 2.
It's just
Jesus.
the way it is.
I think
Yeah.
we'll come to learn that I've played like 3 games in my entire life.
Portal 2, Portal
Halo,
1,
and
and Halo,
Halo.
3.
And then LaCroix.
Yeah, I played the LaCroix game. It's
You
it's
played
like
Lego
Sneak
Star
King,
Wars?
but it's LaCroix.
God,
Dude,
Sneak
Burger
King.
King.
Where's
Where's
the
Sneak King
fucking
2
name?
at? Come on.
Yeah, give us a
There's a
remaster
mod
of
for
Sneak
that.
King.
Jeez.
Sneak King
Sneak
remastered.
King 2.
Do you
give
think
it to
there's
me.
a mod to replace the Burger King with a LaCroix can?
Jesus.
Probably
I
isn't,
hope
but I
not.
feel like someone's smart enough to do it
I
out there.
hope so.
I spoke it into existence. Someone get on it.
Yeah,
Somebody has to do it now, I guess. Yeah.
yeah. All right, Sega, we're waiting.
It's out
I can't mod shit. Fucking ask Light to do it.
He's listening. Light, can you?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Holy hell. Yeah,
So
God. I just thinking of games that could really use a remaster.
Oh my god.
I would-
There's a lot from my childhood, but like,
even not sharing the same feeling about Halo 3. Granted, again, I need to play all the games in succession.
yeah.
I would really like to see that get a remaster, especially because the
Oh my
first two
God.
did.
you know,
Yeah, like the visual update. Yeah, it's so good.
I'm for that, but I love Halo 3's art style. It's by far my favorite
That's very fair.
Halo 3
That's
graphics wise.
understandable.
A lot of people's favorite graphics are Halo 2's, but I
Yeah.
think Halo 3 just looks so pretty. And
Mhm.
obviously, if they made a remaster, I'd be perfectly okay with it. I don't think I would play in the remastered graphics. Maybe I'd check it out, but I think
Yeah.
Halo 3 is perfect.
Yeah, knowing
Dude.
Microsoft, if they did it, there would probably be that
Well-
option of
Yeah,
like the updated
the
graphics
Switch.
and then snapping over to the old.
That
And-
that
Mhm.
that is my favorite feature of
Yeah.
the remasters, being able to jump between the two, because being able to cut between old and new and seeing like just the level of detail they put into them now, and it's like, oh my god,
Yeah,
like
it's very pretty. And I don't think we'll be getting one because if you look at 1 and 2, they were released on the 10-year anniversary of Halo 1 and 2,
Yeah.
and Halo 3's 10-year anniversary was, 3 years ago? So,
Yep.
yeah,
And all it got was a 1X enhancement.
yeah. And honestly, I
Yeah.
was perfectly okay with that.
I think
Yeah.
it looks fine.
I th-
I
yeah,
fucking
it
I agree
does.
with you,
Looks
dude. The game looks
For a
beautiful.
360 game, I
Yeah.
think it looks fantastic.
The game looks really
Yeah.
good.
And Shizzy Hollywood pointed this out because Halo 4's 7th birthday was the other day, and he tweeted out,
Yeah.
"I can't believe this was a 360 game," and I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Halo 4 was a 360 game, and that game is,
yeah. I
oh,
saw that
yeah.
tweet, and that blew my mind
Like,
because
that's
yeah,
insane.
love it or hate it, that game is beautiful.
mm-hmm.
And
I think that game's. I also think that game's fine. I don't know why people hate.
yeah.
it's
Funny-
different. That's
I-
why people don't like it. It's
I was in a similar boat. I remember I pre-ordered Halo 4 and I played maybe 2 missions of the campaign and like a handful of multiplayer, and I just couldn't get into it. But then when I started playing MCC, it was like ended up in a few Halo 4 matches, and I'm like, this feels really good. Like, I don't know why I didn't like this when I was a kid.
Halo 4's multiplayer is really good. It's just
Mhm.
it's different, and that's why people don't like
Yeah.
it, because people don't like change, and they like I don't know, people just like what they're used to. And
Yeah, exactly.
I think Halo Reach was the first game that kind of went off the path. It was made by Bungie,
It did.
but it introduced a lot of things people don't like about the Halo series, like sprint and armor abilities.
Yeah.
But I think Halo 4's multiplayer just felt really good. Like,
It was a very
I
good multiplayer.
definitely preferred the multiplayer over the story of Halo 4,
Mm-hmm.
but I do think the multiplayer gameplay feels really good. Same thing with Halo 5. Halo 5's multiplayer was really fun when I played it.
It's just occurred to me that I just realized I've never finished any of the even numbered Halo stories.
Come on,
I never beat 2, never beat 4.
bro.
I also technically have never beaten 1.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, man.
I know.
2's everybody's
Dude, I
favorite.
was young and dumb. I was young and
I
dumb.
mean,
also
2
didn't
is
have
not
an
my
X-
favorite. 3
2 is a lot of people's favorites, I should say. Not everybody.
Three will always be my favorite because that's the one I put the most amount of time into. Like,
Halo 3
I played it.
is my favorite story, like, hands down. And then Halo Reach's multiplayer and custom games was so fucking good.
Oh my god, Reach custom games and Reach Forge back in the day. Oh my god.
Reach's Forge, like, revolutionized multiplayer, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
in my life, at least.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
So many good custom games. Like, Speed
You know
Halo.
what's, you know what's a multiplayer I kind of miss? Thinking back on it now, like games from when I was younger. I don't know if anybody else did, but I really enjoyed the old Assassin's Creed multiplayer. Around Brotherhood
dude.
Brotherhood Revelations, like right around then, the multiplayer in those was so much fun.
It was so clever, and you had to, like, use your brain and, like, just you
It
had to, like,
was so
find your target in a
Uh-huh.
crowd. I thought that was so cool, and I've never seen that in a game before. And
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun doing a lot of that
And then-
shit.
Oh,
was
yeah.
it Unity that they just took multiplayer out, and, like, they haven't had multiplayer since then, right?
I think so.
Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
That's so disappointing, because that was one of my favorite parts of Assassin's Creed 3 was the multiplayer. It was so fun.
Yeah. Could you imagine how good it would be if they put like the way that combat has gotten so much better to put in like an almost like more like less stealth, more combat oriented multiplayer for like Odyssey or Valhalla or something? I think it'd be fun.
I
I'm
think
gonna be honest. The reason I liked Assassin's Creed multiplayer so much was because it was different.
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it wasn't
no, for
head-on
sure.
engagements.
Yep.
It was trying to avoid and
Mhm.
be cautious. I think that's why I liked it so much versus
Yeah.
It was clever.
gung ho sword play or
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm just looking for an excuse to play something that's kind of medieval based that isn't For Honor right now, because their balancing team is not great in my opinion.
That's understandable.
I love that game, but I also hate that game.
That's how I feel about Destiny, dude. I can't believe I'm getting back into that shit.
Dude, why did you
Oh,
do
are
this to
you?
yourself?
I re-downloaded it, and I'm just
Oh my
so ready
God.
to hate my life.
Come on, bro. You
I
know
would if they
you're-
weren't vaulting.
You're just in a world
I
of pain.
would if they weren't
Yeah.
if they weren't currently vaulting a bunch of stuff that's going to screw me out of achievements. I'd look into getting into Destiny, but it's like,
No, don't
Now
ever
it's like,
look into
nah.
getting into Destiny. Just
I mean, I
look the
dabbled
other
on
way,
PC.
dude.
I
No.
dabbled in the PC.
Dude, here's my experience with Destiny. The first one comes out, it's absolutely mind-blowing. It's incredible. I play it nonstop every day for a month straight. And then one day I'm just
Yeah.
like, this isn't fun. And then I didn't pick it up. And then Destiny 2 came out and I'm like, this is the greatest game ever made. And I played it nonstop every day for a month and I was like, oh, this isn't fun either. And then I stopped playing. Like I was just like
That's the
full
true
on
Destiny
addicted
experience.
to the game. Like I couldn't get off of it. And
Yeah.
then one day it just like clicked, oh, I'm not enjoying myself. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I have not picked up Destiny 2 since it came out. So
Fair.
or since I beat it, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah. Since you
And
it down, yeah.
gotta be honest, I don't miss it.
Fair.
I don't blame you.
No.
I've been trying to play games that I enjoy more, and
Mm-hmm.
for a while there, because I was big on Gamerscore for a while, and back in May I was trying to get a huge Gamerscore
Mhm.
goal, and I downloaded just a ton of shit, just
Yeah.
awful games that you can
'Cause
1,000 Gamerscore in 5 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour, and
yeah.
I played in the span of 4 days. I got like 30,000 Gamerscore,
Yeah.
and they were just awful games that I don't recommend
'Cause you-
anyone play. And I'm like, I'm not enjoying
Because
myself.
you were trying to go for what, 69
I
420 in a
was,
month?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I got a 30K in
Yeah.
4 days, and I was like, I don't ever want to play video games ever again. I've lost all hope.
Dude, okay, can we also this is my small open letter to Microsoft / Xbox / anybody who develops game for Xbox. Quit making not like quit making gamer score that isn't in a 5 or a 0 for
Ugh. Don't get me
Dude,
started.
Doom has 2. Doom Eternal has 2, and I just fixed it the other day, and I hate it because I'm looking at my monthly gamer score, and I've made like 107 gamer score this month, and I'm like, I hate it.
If your gamer,
I hate
if
it.
you have a
Bad,
game that has gamer score that's not a multiple of 5, I'm not playing your game. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Dude, looking at you, No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Oy.
No Man's Sky. I was
Oh
like,
my
oh my
God.
god, it's on Game Pass. I'm gonna play it. And then I look at the achievement list, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm not gonna play it. Cool.
Yeah.
And this is why
it's
you hunt
so bad.
trophies.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Have that issue.
Stand.
Dude, I will say, here's the thing though, right? Is like I like gamerscore because it's one big bulk number. Like it doesn't split it bronze, silver, gold, platinum. But the thing PlayStation holds over it, in my opinion, is splitting achievement lists and trophy lists by DLC and base game.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wish Xbox had that.
Xbox needs to do that.
If
They
if
need to get on
Xbox
it.
had that, I would be so
I would have
happy.
so many more full
I didn't know
completions.
PlayStation did that.
Yeah,
like-
same.
Usually, like it's like, all right, I get it. Some consoles like don't do this, some consoles don't do that, and whatnot. PlayStation has had this
Yeah.
since the PlayStation 3. There is quite literally no excuse,
Yeah.
Also, another complaint.
and they still don't have it.
One
Mhm.
more complaint is Xbox game achievement developer people, please stop making achievements that require you to get all the other achievements.
Yeah, because they make it to balance
They
out the
have,
platinum.
they have that achievement
Yeah.
because that's what it is on PlayStation for a
Platinums.
platinum trophy, and the
Mhm.
achievement
Never work.
58.96% of the time it's glitched and it just won't unlock.
It will glitch. Yeah.
It's just like, come on, do
Mhm.
better.
Also, I just looked
Do
up.
better.
I just looked up No Man's Sky's achievements. Every single achievement in that game is either 16, 32, 64, or 72
There's not
gamer score.
one multiple of 5 in that game.
It
That is
is
awful.
disgusting.
It's
And the worst
infuriating.
part is there is only one achievement that is 72 gamer score, and it's to make it to the center of the universe on permadeath mode.
That's
It
assuming that's a
sucks.
very difficult task.
You know, honestly,
Yeah.
anybody that goes through and tries to 100% No Man's Sky, you're a saint.
How many people have done it on TA? Now I'm gonna look.
You know,
Well,
I for a while was religiously playing Sea of Thieves, and that game is a big grind for Gamerscore.
I've wanted to play Sea of Thieves, but I look at that achievement list and how much it is, and I'm like, I don't want it on my card. I really
it's
don't.
a lot. A buddy of mine, Mikey, he just completed the base game, like got the last achievement from the base game, not counting DLC, and he was like the 200th person to ever do that.
Uh-huh.
And that game's been out 4 years or 3 years, and
Yeah.
and it's a grind.
First party exclusive.
And him and I played
Yeah.
that game every day nonstop for like 5 months straight, and we barely made a dent.
Yeah.
But
Also on TA, out of the 82,754 people on True Achievements that have played No Man's Sky, 873 have completed it.
That's more
ridiculous.
than I thought. Wow.
That is more than
Yeah, it's still 1% total though.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's a lot more than I thought, though.
Does anybody
Uh-huh.
have an achievement that they're very proud of, or a trophy, or anything that
Let me
is like
My
something to
Peggle,
brag
my
about?
Peggle PhD. My Peggle PhD is like my biggest fucking crowning
I'm
achievement, dude.
I'm working towards mine, dude.
That's
And
I'm
it
slowly-
feels even better now too, because it took like 10 years, and it took me 2 months.
If I can get cat call, that'll be mine.
Yeah, I know you've been still going for that.
what is this one?
God.
Cat call and Injustice. You have to get an RNG ability from
Yeah.
loot boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
It's a loot box achievement and it sucks.
Though you don't have to, you don't pay real money for it,
Mm-hmm.
That's at least good.
so it's better.
It is still just fate.
I'm trying to think of my proudest achievement. I don't know.
It's tough for me because I technically have two different gamer cards, and I didn't really do anything crazy on my old card, but I think my probably two from recent memory, at least looking on my TA page, I'm very happy I managed to 1,000 point Untitled Goose Game, although it's not necessarily a hard completion. I enjoyed
It's a
doing
solid
it.
game.
But probably my proudest one right now is gonna be all the fucking hard get there's in all gaps in Pro Skater 1 and 2. Oh my!
Gosh.
I got those. The only achievement I have left in that game is level 100,
yeah.
but the level grind is so
Holy
brutal.
shit.
Ridiculous.
dude.
Tony Hawk, fix
50,
your game, bro.
52 people on TA have it done. If I had actually noticed the grindstone, I could have made top 10. But it's just like it's such a bitch of a level grind because you run out of objectives, so you just have to start just doing like people mapped it out that it was like even if you did every single challenge, it was still going to be like another like 80 hours to get from the level you stop at to level 100. And that was doing like their optimal run of like 1 minute
It's
runs of like a
ridiculous.
10-second grind, 10-second manual, 10-second lip, 300,000 points, and a ×10 combo.
Yeah, I was.
Why not just fucking just make it so that the challenge get Mr. Game developers,
Tony
Yeah,
Hawk, we're
I
talking
know.
about.
Sir Tony
Yeah.
Hawk, can you fucking just make
Big
it
fan,
so
by the way.
that the no, fuck you. Can you just make it so that the I'm kidding. Tony's a cool dude. I got him on
None
speed
of us
dial.
at the Retro Bit Champs endorse what Sega just said.
Fucking just make it so that all the challenges get you to level 100, dude. It's
I
that
know.
easy.
Dude, and the worst part is some of those challenges fucking lie to you because the multiplayer ones, it's like, yeah, it's like there's a couple of challenges that's like win 200 online jams. And it's like coming in fourth or higher will count as a win. I have come in fourth in like 12 and not gotten it. So I think it's third or higher and they mistyped it.
Oh God.
So I think you have to podium. So I just play to win. Like anytime I do online matches, I fucking go like as brutally hard as I can to try and just get second or first, and it sucks.
Bro,
I think everyone can agree though. Multiplayer achievements are fucking
awful.
gross.
Don't
Mm-hmm.
get rid of
Me,
it.
Yep.
me going through all of the MCC stuff right now, just crying.
Yeah, there's like
God, all
3
the
or
multiplayer
4
achievements.
multiplayer achievements in Master Chief Collection that I really don't want to get because they're such a grind. You can boost most of
Are
them
you-
besides like 2 or 3,
Yeah.
and it's a pain.
Dude, the worst one is like, there's a couple in there that are grindy, but like if you do everything else, you get it. Like there's a kill 20,000 enemies or players, but like you can do that against AI. So like you can do that in like firefight. So like that one's not bad. But there's one that's like get 2,500 assist medals, and it's like
Yeah.
why? And then the ones that are like specifically like only in Halo 2 Anniversary or only in Halo 4 or only in Halo CE, and it's like
Get
why?
100 splatter
just-
kills in Halo 2 multiplayer anniversary that no one plays.
Yeah.
Like,
Or the ones where it's like load up and play this level at fucking midnight in Halo 3.
Yeah. The
It's like-
time specific
It's like
ones.
fucking
yeah.
why?
Yeah,
there was the
date-specific
achievement
ones.
in Halo 3 back on the 360 that's just impossible to do if you didn't have the game immediately, because it was like, oh yeah, in 2007 to get this achievement, play it at midnight on December 25th. It's like,
I mean,
I'm
the
sorry, what?
Yeah, I mean the only nice part is people learned very quickly to just like change the clock offline, and the problem is nowadays it doesn't work as well.
there's an achievement in Halo 4 that you have to get at midnight, like in real time, and it was to jump your warthog on a specific level. It's called Midnight Launch.
Oh,
I
yeah,
remember this
the-
achievement very well, and you had to
Yeah.
either stay up or you had to change the date or the time on your console. And you
God,
have
that fucking
to
achievement's
like
such bullshit.
jump the warthog at midnight. And then you get the achievement.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It's
Oh,
just
this
like
is-
a bunch of devs are sitting around a table and they're just like, what should we make our achievement? And then they just go, and then they make an achievement
Hey,
like that.
Let's not make time specific or multiplayer achievements. Just get rid of those.
Yeah.
Or okay, like if they are multiplayer achievements, don't make them super specific. If it's like get 100 kills in multiplayer, I can live with that, right? But if it's like you need to precisely hit 3 different people on 3 different maps at the same angle, longitude, and latitude at this time, only and capture the flag with this weapon that only spawns every 3rd match, fuck off.
That's so accurate. I remember I go and look at my achievement list just attached to my gamer tag, and I'm like, I regret getting achievements in these games because they're just attached to my profile forever. Like,
That's why I
Soul
made a new
Calibur
tag when
4, I have 5 gamer score in that game, and like every achievement.
It's why I made a new tag when I got my
Yeah,
one.
every achievement in Soul Calibur is like beat the game on the hardest difficulty 12 times in a row without taking damage with every character. 10 gamer score.
Yup.
What?
Yeah.
It's like they're so
Hold on, let me
ridiculous.
find it. Yeah, Soul Calibur achievements
They
suck.
are
Get
awful.
out of here with that.
And
Let me see. Soul
me just being bad at video games, I'm just like, this is too much. But I want to play fighting games because they're fun, but I don't want them attached to my account. Microsoft, I know you're listening. This is a little far-fetched, but please let me get rid of games that are on my
Yes,
profile.
let us delete
Even
stuff
if
off
it
our
takes
card.
away from my gamer score, I'm
Mhm.
perfectly okay with that. I have so many games on my profile that are just 5 gamer score out of 1,000. I don't mind taking that 5 off. Just let me get rid of it. I want a clean list. You know?
Oh yeah,
Pretty
this
sure you used
this
to be
is a
able to
real.
do that.
This is you can delete them if they have no gamer score, but
Yeah,
that's the
that's what
problem.
it
Is
is.
once you get one
The second you get
achievement,
one achievement.
even if it's a 0 gamer score achievement, as soon as it is unlocked 1 out of whatever, you can't get rid of it. Also, I found a real bullshit one in Soul Calibur 4. Reach over 10,000 meters in total movement distance in battle. 20 gamer score.
Shut up.
I loaded up Gears of War 4 like a year ago.
Oh no.
And
Why?
I was just like, maybe I'll check this game out. I don't know. And I played for like, I don't know, a minute, and I got a 5 gamer score achievement, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I kept playing, and I wasn't super interested, and I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to beat this. And I stopped playing. And then the next day, I look at my gamer profile, and it's 5 out of 4,000 gamer score. And I'm like, I'm like, 4,000 in Gears of War 4.
Also-
like, who in their right mind would get all of this?
Start
And
grinding.
also- The
Every
biggest
single fucking Gears of War game has that stupid
Yeah.
bullshit firefight achievement that they have where it's like, oh, you got to sit there and, fucking do the thing for 9 billion
Yeah,
hours, and it sucks.
What are they called? Like,
Okay,
ridiculous or...
Yeah. Yeah,
Something
whatever.
like that.
I don't remember exactly what they're called. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. Here's mine that I don't like. There are two other types of achievements. I can suffer through multiplayer achievements for the most part, and like here are the two that I hate. Is achievements for basically just starting a game, because I just found there's a secret achievement for Soul Calibur 4. You watch the opening cinematic, you get 5 gamer
That's probably
score
the
for
5 gamer score I
welcome
have
to Soul
in that
Calibur.
game.
Probably, yeah. And then the other one I hate is those viral ones of like kill somebody who has this achievement. Fuck
my
all of
God.
those. Because if you're going back and grinding with a bunch of buddies in like a dead lobby kind of game, and no one in the group has that, you're fucked. And I know most of Gears of War games have those.
Kill a developer
it
or someone who
fucking
has
sucks.
this achievement.
Yep.
I do think
See, but
it
guaranteed.
should be like maybe a challenge in the game because I think that is a really clever thing, but
Yes.
it can be very bad if you're playing a game that's late into its life.
Well, I mean, even worse is because Brutal Legend just came on Game Pass the other week, and I'm gonna go and replay it because I love that game. But I know there's one of those
Is that the Jablinski
in.
game?
Yeah.
It is. Heavy Metal Jablinski.
Right. I never played
Yeah.
that.
God.
Always looked fun.
Oh, it's on Game Pass. It's a good time.
Dude, Jack
If
Black
you end
has
up-
some fucking great shit, just in terms of media, just that's out there.
What's
Oh,
Jay
yeah.
doing to Tables? Is he coming on?
But no, Tim.
We've
If
all-
you end up
we've all seen
playing
Tenacious
it,
D,
I
right?
will. I have not, but I'm familiar with a lot of it.
You've never seen Tenacious D, dude?
I have not seen. If you're referring to the movies, no, I have not seen them.
Oh, dude. Or I guess specifically the Pick of Destiny is the movie.
Fair. Yeah, I have not seen. I've seen parts through like YouTube clips, but I've never actually sat down and watched Pick of Destiny.
So good. There's like a scene in there where like a choir of people very urgently yell cock. It's great.
And then
That sounds like Tenacious D.
Yeah, it really does.
Bro, you know what? Speaking of Jablinski, another movie that holds up really well is School of Rock.
That movie's so good.
Yeah.
That movie's
Very good
I
movie.
love
so
that-
good.
I
and
love
it
that
holds
movie.
up because it was made in the
does.
early 2000s, and like not a single early 2000 movie ever holds up. So it's rare.
No.
Excuse you, Shark Tale.
Oh,
Have
yeah,
you
you're
seen
right,
Shark
you're
Tale?
right, you're so right.
Everybody, look, if you weren't a furry then, you were a furry after that movie because everybody saw Angelina Jolie fish.
See, you make a good
God
point.
damn it, Sega.
I make
Maybe
the
that's where-
point.
No, I would say that's where it originates, but Space Jam, dude.
Yeah, dude, Lola Bunny really
Space
just
Jam.
the nail
Lola
in the
Bunny,
coffin.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Hey,
That-
note for the editor: when you see my track, you're gonna know where we started talking about achievement.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. I'm like, Kai has not said something in a long time.
I don't know anything.
Yeah.
That's all right.
This is out of my realm.
Bro, it's just like trophies, but different.
It's out of my. I trust you guys know it. It's like, all right, I trust that.
So, Kai, let me ask you, because you were debating, or I think you were debating on getting an Xbox Series X and a PlayStation 5. Did you make a decision, or?
oh no, it's PS5 first, no matter
Okay.
Yeah.
That's 100% fair.
Are you going to get a Series
what.
X
Simply
or a
put,
Series
for
S?
2 words. What's
Are you
that?
going to get a Series X or Series S when you eventually get an Xbox?
I don't know. I've debated it.
Mhm.
Like some days I say I want the S, and then other days I say nah. I might as well just get the whole thing. It's like an inner conflict. I go back to back with myself every day about it.
I mean, do you want home
I
cooking or
hate-
fast food? That's really what it comes down to.
The only thing I know for sure is I'm getting a PS5 first.
Yeah.
For 2 simple words, Miles Morales.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
See, and I'm in that.
I was willing to debate like whether like, all right, I don't know which one I'm gonna do this year. I don't know if I'm gonna go Xbox first like I did last time, or if I'm gonna go PlayStation first because that's what I've grown into over the past couple years. And then I think it was the first reveal event. They show off Miles Morales, so it's like, all right, well, that decision's been made.
Yeah. See, and the problem for me is I'm conflicted because like I prefer to hunt gamer score, so I'm leaning towards Xbox, especially with like Halo Infinite and stuff like that. However, Demon's Souls is only getting remade on the PS5.
Damn right
And
it is.
I never got to play Demon's Souls because it was only on the PS3 before this point. And it's like, as a Souls fan, I want Demon Souls. As a Halo fan, I want Halo Infinite.
Yeah, but
therefore,
this is
I'm
your
just
luxury.
gonna.
Here's your luxury. Halo Infinite got delayed.
Also,
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, but
isn't Halo Infinite
here's the
coming out on PC as well? Yeah,
It is.
It is, but my PC is struggling to run some games because of the fans in it. So I'm leaning more to becoming more of a console player, and just like keeping PC for like MOBAs and or like MMOs and MOBAs and shit. But here's the other confliction, Kai. I didn't pre-order either console, and the only shops near me are all out of stock.
Same.
So
Same
now
here.
it becomes a question of Halo Infinite's delayed, but how long before the consoles are back in stock? Because
It's
by
gonna
the
be a
time,
while.
They'll be back by Christmas.
if it
I don't know about that, dude.
but depending on how everything lines up, it's like if it's too long of a time for me to find a console that Halo Infinite's out, now I'm really in trouble.
you'll find it easily before then. Trust me.
When the Xbox One came out in, what was it, 2013, they were sold out for like 2 or 3 months straight. Like, you couldn't find them anywhere. And I imagine it's going to be the same situation this time. And I remember I was looking for one. This was December, the month after it came out, and they were gone. Like, you couldn't find one. And then I walk into a Costco one day, and there's just a mountain of Xbox Ones, and I'm like, holy shit! and I bought one right there, and it was. I'm hoping
awesome.
eventually, when I decide to get a PlayStation 5, which is my console of choice, which is interesting.
My man.
Yeah. I've always been an Xbox guy my entire life. I've been loyal to the system because of Halo, and it's always been a huge part of my life. But back in June, I built a PC, and I've been swimming in the mustard ever since then. And
Swimming in the mustard.
gotta be honest, the Xbox just isn't offering anything that would get me to go back, you know?
Turned another one.
Yeah.
To the dark
Whereas
side.
PlayStation's got all these dope exclusives that I'm really interested in, and eventually I'm
Yeah.
going to get a PlayStation 5. It won't be on launch. What's tomorrow, right? It
Yeah.
probably won't be for a couple months, maybe even longer. But with the games that are coming out on PlayStation, I'm just much more interested in that console over Xbox. Plus, Halo's coming to PC, and I can just play it on my PC instead of.
And it got
Dude.
delayed.
And it got delayed.
Dude, and speaking of Halo coming to PC, the 17th of this month they announced crossplay, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, crossplay's finally coming.
MCC crossplay like this
That's
month.
dope.
And I am so happy.
That's really dope.
I cannot
That's
wait.
Really dope.
And that's another
Yeah.
thing that goes into consideration of buying systems this time, because when was the PS4 and the Xbox One, you had a choice, like, what system are your friends getting so you can play games with
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
That doesn't much matter anymore for the
No,
most
oh,
part. There are
there's still-
games here
yeah.
and there, but for the most part, that choice of what system are my friends getting so I can play games with them, for 90% of games on the market right now, besides
Yeah.
the odd outliers, that's not a question you even need to ask anymore.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, now it really is more what exclusives are you interested in?
And I mean, clown on it
Like,
is
What feels better
realistically.
to you?
Yeah.
And that's something that I love about gaming as a whole over
Oh yeah.
over this generation of consoles, is that we've eliminated something that we've wanted gone for a while. And
Yeah.
you can talk about how Sony was like late to the party about it or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
But like, the fact of the matter is, they came around on it, and that's what matters.
Yeah, I was talking with my roommate about this the other day, and I literally said this is like the first console generation, at least in my memory, of like owning consoles, that this new generation of the Series X/S and the PS5, it's like the first time it really feels that like in a long time that gaming is very much back for the people, like for the gamers, not the consumerism.
I agree.
Right. Like they're still in it for the money, but it very much feels like they're finally like, "Okay, this is for you," and it's like, "Thank you."
And
It also, like, it still blows my mind when I go on Twitter or something and I'll see console wars in the comment section, and it's like, dude,
Console wars
it's
it's
2020. It literally doesn't matter what system you get. You can play with your
Yeah.
friends either way.
Yeah.
But also something else that really gets me is that I just lost it. Oh no, I just lost my thought.
Choo choo, there goes the thought train.
Sega.
Oh man, I just had it. It'll come back to me. But like, I get it. I got it. I see a lot of people say, yeah, let's just get rid of exclusives permanently. You can't.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
You can't. The fact of the matter is, you can't do that.
No.
Because I believe it's Maximilian Dude who said, don't pledge your gaming loyalties to a company. Do it. Look for the games that you want. Don't just stay loyal to Xbox because Xbox.
Yeah.
If you see, if the games you want to play are on that system, get that system. Because the fact of the matter is, exclusives are never going away. Because they can't go away. They're too.
Or just
you need something to pitch to the audience that hey, you want this system because we have this.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And like, or just be like me and just be a filthy double agent and just over time get both.
I have a feeling I'll be doing
like,
that eventually with the Xbox.
Eventually, I'll have both, so it won't matter.
Yeah, I'm getting the Series S for firsthand, and then I'm gonna get a PS5 because I really want to play Miles Morales and Ratchet and Clank. Like those are the biggest things for me. Because like, I'm getting an Xbox for Game Pass. Like literally, that's it.
Yeah.
I want it for Game Pass because there's so much games that launch with that Game Pass accessibility, and it's like I only have to pay like fucking. What, like $10 a month to get game, or like $15 a month for Game Pass Ultimate?
Absolutely incredible, the deal you're getting. You're getting
Yeah,
so many
that's
games.
nutty.
Game Pass.
Plus, they just added EA access, so you're getting all of the EA games with Game Pass, and it's like,
dude,
was it $4.99 or $10 or $9.99? I don't remember.
I don't remember, but dude, the best part is, can we also talk about the fact I wanted to bring this up at some point, and I'll bring it up here because why not? The fact with EA Play or like EA Access being on there now. And they put Skate 3 on there, and I looked up, and they reactivated the servers last year, so you can do multiplayer Skate 3, and it's like I want to get a bunch of people together, and just like anybody who's got Game Pass is an open invite. Let's just go fucking haul a meat and Skate 3 like the old days. Let's do it.
Skate 3 was the only reason I ever had EA Access because I would just go back and play that game all the time. That or like I'd occasionally play Madden, but I love Skate 3 and. They announced the Skate 4. They haven't showed anything, but I'm
they've announced Skate's coming back. They haven't said it's 4. They just said Skate is coming back.
They said Skate 4, didn't
could be remastered. No, they just said Skate's coming back. They haven't said that it's actually a sequel yet.
Oh, it'll be a sequel.
As far as I know,
it's a sequel.
Let's be honest.
It'll either be a sequel. It'll be a sequel or remaster. I just pray it's not like a mobile port.
It'll be
If it's a remaster, I'm very disappointed.
I am withholding judgment on this only because it's a game series I've held near and dear to my heart for a long time, and it's like I know if I get overexcited and it flops, it's gonna sting way worse. So
I'll tell you why it's
withholding excitement.
I'll tell you why it's not a remaster. We would have had it by now.
Mm-hmm.
We would have either had it by now, or we would have a lot more info than we do.
Yeah, very true.
Fair.
If it was a remaster, even if we don't have it in hand right now, we would have significantly more info.
They would have told us.
I just don't want to. I just don't want a Diablo Immortal situation. That's all.
It could be a remake.
You guys don't have phones?
That was the mobile game, the Diablo game?
Yep.
I remember.
Yeah, the one that still isn't out that you can still pre-register for some reason.
I remember watching them announce that at BlizzCon, and they opened questions up, and. The guy came up and the guy came up and he was like, "Is this just an April Fool's joke?"
He was like, word for word, the dude was like, "Is this just a poorly out of season April Fool's joke?"
Like to the developers, I'm like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, because Diablo fans have been waiting for a fucking sequel to 3 for so long, and we're finally getting it. But the fact that they announced a mobile game a year before they announced 4 is like. Why?
Yeah, bad timing.
Like,
bad judgment.
It was gross.
You got to do it all together.
Yeah.
What's to kind of go back to consoles, what's everybody's favorite console controller? Like, what's the best controller?
Xbox One.
Xbox One.
Xbox One.
I think the One and the 360. Oh, I think the 360 is like the pinnacle of controllers because I think that changed it. Because the original Xbox controller is a fucking mess.
Oh yeah.
And then the 360 perfected what it
mhm.
was, and the Xbox One's building off of that. So I think the 360 is like so.
I would say the Xbox One only because of the fact that like I've tried to go back and play 360 games on my 360, and that controller feels way too small in my hands.
That's PlayStation for me.
Like
those controllers are tiny.
That's also fair.
Yeah, I love PlayStation so much. The DualShock 4 is, oh my god, it's so
It's
small.
built for toddlers, bro. I
It
hold
is.
it and I'm like,
It's-
what is
It
this?
is way too fucking
Make
small.
a bigger controller, Sony. Come on.
And that's what the DualSense is. The DualSense is seemingly, it looks a lot
That's
bigger.
that's the one that comes with the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the other thing that I really liked was that they made triggers a lot better on the Xbox One, like where you can like very much like a half pull will still trigger it, whereas on the 360 you had to crank that shit down.
Did anybody have a
Uh-huh.
Nintendo 64 with the like the 3-handled controller?
I still got mine.
Yeah, that is we need to bring that one back. That's a good one. That's an all-time classic.
Dude, the GameCube controller, man.
The GameCube controller's fucking awesome.
GameCube is pretty great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
GameCube is such an underrated
will-
console, man.
I will say I'm gonna throw this one out there
By
as well.
Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I will say, I'm going to throw this out there. I am a big fan of the Pro Controller I have for my Switch.
Pro controller
Oh,
fucks, dude.
Pro controller's dope.
I had the
Controller's
Pro
great.
Controller on the Wii U when I had that console, and it was pretty dope, so can't go wrong there. Also, I love PlayStation needs to do this. I prefer offset sticks, whereas PlayStation sticks are like parallel to each other.
Yup.
Like, come on, dude, give me offset sticks.
Mhm.
Say it
Just
louder.
give me an Xbox
Yeah.
controller on PlayStation, please, because that.
There was one for the PlayStation 3. I don't know if it was on brand or off brand, but there was one.
Also,
And I didn't have a PS3. I jumped on PlayStation the PlayStation 4.
can
But that never released for the PlayStation 4. And the DualSense, the new one, while it looks a lot bigger, it's going to be a lot easier to hold. I don't like the parallel sticks. I never have.
Mm-hmm.
Never have.
yeah, not great. Also,
It just doesn't feel right.
hey, Sony, Xbox, and Nintendo, can we just standardize the X button?
Oh my god, yeah.
No.
They're all in different locations on each
Here-
controller, and
Yep.
I'm like, oh my god, it's so confusing to me.
Because it's what? It's bottom on a PlayStation, left on an Xbox, and then is it the top
yeah.
button on a Switch?
Well, here's
Yeah.
the thing with that, right? And it's totally to do the reasoning why is because it's all to do with Japan, because they're the primary like like makers of these two consoles of Nintendo and Nintendo consoles and the PlayStation, and in Japan, circle is your firm button.
Yep.
So that's why it's the same on
Yeah.
the fucking Switch. And then in the States, X is your confirm button, and circle is going to be your your back button, because then it's more in line with how the Xbox is too. That's like A and B, and it's like that makes sense in our brain.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was
Editor,
what
cut
we-
to this picture.
I've been
That's pretty
I've
good.
been playing Animal
Also-
Crossing religiously, and X and B are just swapped on the Switch. Or A and B rather on the Switch and the Xbox, they're just swapped. And playing Animal Crossing like 2 weeks straight, and then we go play Halo the other day with Light and Kai, and I was just trying to navigate the menus, and I just kept backing out of menus instead of confirming, and it was a mess.
Yeah.
Wait, fuck,
Dude,
this
here's-
isn't right.
Here's what we need to do, right? All we need is a fourth company to come along and make consoles and put the X on the last slot that
The
hasn't been put.
Ouya.
Where's Akon's? Remember when Akon tried to drop a console? Was it
It-
Akon?
Akon?
I thought it was. I thought it was
Soulja
Soulja
Yeah, it
Boy.
was Soldier Boy.
Okay,
Aptly named the Soul.
Oh my god.
got it. Dude, you.
Yeah.
Was that a button on the controller?
And we just got the NCA.
Yeah.
That's another thing
Oh
we can
my
talk
God.
about.
Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
How Twitch has so fantastically handled this DMCA situation.
Mm-hmm.
You ever just play Grand Theft Auto, hear a siren in the background, and get your channel banned because it was part of an Akon song?
Yeah.
See how I bring it right back, Tim?
There you go. I had Akon on the mind.
Yeah. It's
Dude,
a good segue.
While I do,
Here's the thing. It's not entirely. I will not fully blame Twitch.
yeah, that's where I was going.
No.
With that.
because the law, the how the music law is right now.
Yeah.
It is from a different time period.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it needs to be updated with the times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Music copyright is absolutely ridiculous.
And,
Yeah, and like, there's even some artists that have been screwed by this.
No, some like 99% of them.
I more mean like in terms of like when a lot of this stuff was made, because I remember I heard a story. Rick Astley, when he made "Never Gonna Give You Up," it was before like the internet was big, so they didn't put anything in there for him to get royalties on it. So for every time anyone's ever been rickrolled, he's made about $12 as of like 4 years ago.
holy shit!
That
Damn.
dude is
Yeah.
swimming in cash.
Wow.
Scrooge McDuck
Yeah,
over here
like-
swimming in gold.
Dude, that's crazy how like Rickrolling got Rickrolling. Not to go completely off topic, we're gonna go back to the DMCA thing in a second.
Yeah,
It's so crazy how Rickrolling is like it goes away for a little bit, but it's still a constant
It is.
meme. It's still
it
one of
is.
those meme that just
It
you
is
can
eternal.
never get rid of it
Yeah.
for good.
Yeah,
And
It
I'm
will
glad.
always-
I for one
it will
am
always
glad.
it will always come back from the shadows eventually, and I love it.
And I for one love that because one, Rick Astley is apparently a very nice gentleman.
Yep.
Fair.
And the song is a bop.
It's a damn good song.
It
It's
is.
a bop and a half, dude.
And plus it's just funny.
It is. It is.
I don't even get upset. Like
Bro,
when I got when YouTube was starting out and I got Rickrolled, I was a lot younger. Back then it would be like Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen leaked list of Transformers in the movie. I click it and then
Halo
I get Rickrolled.
Leaked Halo 4 footage. Halo 3's been out for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Click on it, and there he pops up. Yep, I got a lot of those.
And you just hear those drums and you know it's over.
I've come to learn if you see a YouTube link and it has 2 capital Q's in it, that's a Rickroll, dude.
Dude, but
There's
that's
2
why
capital Q's in
Zaphod,
in the link.
that's why I love what Zaphod did, where he has one of his commands takes it to quote unquote Zaphod's OnlyFans, but it's a URL that takes you to a Rickroll video that has a different URL,
Oh,
so you
yeah.
can't tell based on
you go.
anything. It's
Oh,
so
yeah, it takes
good.
you to like a Bitly page or some shit.
That's genius.
Yeah,
Incredible.
it's real smart.
Zaphod is incredible. I want to get Zaphod on the I want to interview Zaphod one-on-one on the podcast.
Zaphod will be on the podcast.
Hell yeah.
Zaphod, also a founder of the Retro Bit Champs. But going back to the DMCA thing real fast.
Yeah.
I won't throw all the blame at Twitch. I will throw part of the blame at Twitch because they could have handled this a lot better than they did.
Yes.
And they handled it. They could have handled it a lot better.
No, but didn't you see the golden kappa?
Yeah, the Golden Kappa. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, and but it just sucks that because it wasn't handled properly, this is what we have to deal with.
Yeah.
And it's like now you're hesitant on if you can stream any game at all.
It's kind of stressful, and like, I love music. I listen to music 24/7. Like I'm always listening to music,
Yeah, you do.
and it's really sad because I love sharing my music taste with people, and I can't do that anymore. It's really disappointing. I
Yeah.
can do it in like Discord, but I loved opening my streams with bops that I love, and now.
Yeah.
Not saying all of the copyright-free music is good or bad, rather, but I do like.
It definitely limits what you're allowed to
limits
listen to.
a lot because there's a lot of music I like that I just can't play on my streams anymore. It's just
And you know why the timing of all of this sucks especially? Harmonix just dropped Fuser.
Yeah, so
That
Yeah.
game looks fantastic.
Apparently,
and I will never
it's
stream it.
apparently it is. I thought someone had said that like there is like a stream safe mode or something.
Yes, but it
like-
limits you to like a tenth of the songs in the game.
Oh yikes!
So, forgive my ignorance. What is Fuser? Because I've heard nothing about it besides
It's like a DJ type game.
let me find a description of the
like
game.
DJ Hero. Classic.
Kind of, sort of. I can't really describe it super well, but it's
Here,
like you can play
got
with
the
other
Steam.
people, and like you can have the music of this song, the vocals of this song, the bass of this song, and then like other music in the background, and like mixing it.
Sounds like a
Here's
nightmare
the
for
about
DMCA.
page for it from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the about page from Steam. From the creators of Rock Band and Dance Central comes Fuser, a non-stop digital music festival where you control the music. Combine elements of the world's most popular songs to create your own sound or partner with friends on epic collaborations. Then share your amazing mixes and headlining performances with the world.
Dude.
Oh, and it's Harmonix.
Okay, so is it like a rhythm game?
I believe so.
I have been wanting a new Guitar Hero game. Even I know it's like never going to happen, and they tried to like redo it with the new guitar when the two frets.
Yeah, Guitar Hero
Yeah,
Live.
That was
They
not
just-
good.
It was
Guitar
not.
Hero 3 just has such a special place in my heart, and I'm like, it's one of the
Oh, yeah,
games I'm
same.
like really good at, and I just want them to re-release it. And
Yeah.
you can play it on PC. There's a group of people that made a game called Clone Hero, and it's just
I was about to
just every
say
Guitar Hero game
yeah.
ever, all in one for free.
as well as custom
yeah.
charts from people who want to make
And
them
you
and
can just
stuff like
plug
that.
your 360 guitar in to your computer and play it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking about just doing that, but I think it'd be really cool for
Do
Harmonix
it.
to
That's
release
how
a new one.
impossible they are to find.
As someone who has played Clone Hero on older versions, it is a really good time. You got to play around a little bit with like a couple of settings to make sure that like your hit window is in a good spot, because I remember when I first loaded it up, like the hit detection on the actual like how close to the
Yeah.
note you needed to hit it was hypersensitive, but like you can play around with all of
calibrate.
that. It's a you just got to calibrate some stuff, but it's a good time. And like you can find full like folders people have put online of like, hey, I charted like all of the songs from like Guitar Hero 1, 2, 3, Warriors of Rock World Tour,
Yeah.
and it's like it's
That gets
so
me
good.
thinking. There's a streamer who streams Guitar Hero or Clone Hero rather. His name's Acai. There's more than one big Clone Hero streamer,
Oh
but
yeah,
he's the
oh
one I
yeah,
think of.
Asai.
Acai, yeah, is that how you pronounce it? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's Asai.
But I just wonder, like, what's he gonna do with all this DMCA? Like, every song he plays is DMCA, so like,
Yeah, well, even also the guys that stream like Rocksmith,
it's like,
right? Like all of that's licensed
yeah,
music.
what? Like,
And
what are
it's
they gonna
like-
do? Like, that is their career. Is they're playing copyrighted music, but in video game
Yeah,
form. Like,
I mean there are some that I know have just like jumped ship on it, because I know the 8-bit drummer, he kind of switched to a little bit more like gameplay oriented, a little bit less of the drumming stuff a long time
Yeah.
ago, and I think that was more just to put a bit more variety into it. But also that was like the first time there was the DMCA scare like a couple years ago, and he switched a lot of gameplay. But like there's a couple of people I watch that still do like music streams, right? And like I think they're just gonna ride it until it bites them, or they're gonna hope they just don't get on the radar of it all, right? And
Editor,
it's
cut
like-
back to the picture.
um,
For context, the picture is Eric Andre looking
That's
like
his
the
name.
main character of Yakuza 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're watching on
If
YouTube,
it's
you'll
not
see
on
you'll see
screen.
the picture on YouTube.
we just need
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're on YouTube, you'll
we
see.
need more heroes like Mike Shinoda. Just
Yeah.
Mike
Mike
Shinoda,
Shinoda
Harris
and
Heller.
Harris Heller
yeah.
Yeah,
are of just
dude.
above and beyond.
And also, I saw a tweet from Harris Heller the other day that he's working on Stream Beats Rocks, which is like actual like rock music, not just like lo-fi stuff. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait, dude. I don't mind lo-fi, but I am very much like a rock and roll kind of heavy metal guy. So seeing that he is now working on other genres of stream safe music, it's like, oh my god, yes, so
Ooh,
happy.
This brings up a question because is game original soundtrack, could that get DMCA'd?
At
Like,
this very
and-
moment, yeah.
Really? So
Like
'cause
an
I was,
OST. Yeah.
At this very moment, probably, I would imagine Twitch is trying to fine tune it. That's what they said in
Yeah.
their tweet. You hope they're not lying, which I don't imagine they are, but you hope
Who
that they
knows?
are trying to get to the bottom of this.
for example, I was
It
playing.
very much depends too, depending on what video game you're playing it on. Because like there was a really good explanation of it, and I'll use the Halo soundtrack for example because you can play that on stream and be fine. They will employ the game studio will employ an in-house conductor and composer and
Yeah.
all that. So they'll make their own music and everything for the game, and it's licensed by the game studio, and and essentially within all that, they're of course too, like how Nintendo does their thing. They're like play the music out of our game and you die kind of thing. Whereas
Yeah.
like with Sega and what is it called? With Sega and like the Halo soundtrack, that just doesn't happen.
Okay.
But like they're like you're saying though, there are game companies that they do that, and it's like, it's so hard to know where that line is.
For example, I was playing
And-
Minecraft earlier,
yeah.
and I was like, I wonder if the game's music is copyrighted by C418, and like they're gonna DMCA me. So I just muted the music, and I played your playlist, Sega, your
Hell yeah.
DMCA free playlist, and then Halo music came on. I'm like,
Yeah.
uh oh, like I didn't even mean to put this on. I didn't know if it
Yeah,
was
no.
gonna get me.
I added that on there.
I noticed. I was like,
That's
oh.
what.
And then I almost started crying because that music is so good.
Yeah, you should be okay with
That's
all that.
Yeah.
That's why for me it's like a lot of the streams I've been doing recently. It's like I've just been playing like if I play music, I've been playing like either Harris Heller or like Bazanji and NSP.
Well, where I was
'Cause it's
gonna
like-
go with this, because you brought up the Harris Heller rock music, and
Mm-hmm.
I want. Can I play the Doom soundtrack? Because the Doom soundtrack is hot.
That one you might be in a bit of a gray spot only because there were issues between id Software and the
Yeah,
composer
there sure was.
because like the guy who
Oh,
did the
boy,
music
were
for
there.
because it was like he made the music for like 2016 but they didn't hire him back for Eternal or some shit and there was like
No.
a whole big
No,
I don't remember exactly
so
the issue with it.
He made the music for 2016, and he was the mixer for 2016. So he mixed all the audio and made everything sound perfect and beautiful like it was supposed to.
Facebook gaming. Sorry, go ahead.
God damn it!
Took me a
God
second.
damn it! But with the new Doom game, he still like composed and wrote a lot of like pretty much all the music, but they didn't let him mix it this time. And so when you
Okay.
listen to the difference between 2016 Doom music and the new Doom, when you listen to Eternal's soundtrack, Eternal's soundtrack sounds so much more it just doesn't hit as
It's
hard.
muddy.
It's just
Yeah.
like ugh.
Yeah.
And like whereas
It still slaps,
yeah.
but it's definitely not
It's-
as good.
It's insane to me that Doom has the greatest metal album of all time. It's just the
Yeah.
soundtrack of the game.
It's so good.
So
Yeah.
good.
I mean, they did such a good job with all that. But yeah,
I'm gonna take you
Trust
guys on a
us,
little
we're-
trip. Ready?
okay.
So, Mick Gordon composed Doom Eternal and Doom 2016, but did not mix
Yeah.
Doom Eternal.
Mm-hmm.
And now Bethesda is owned by Microsoft.
Yeah.
You might be thinking there's no correlation to this. Hold on, I'm getting to it. Back in 2013, there was a game called Killer Instinct. It was under Rare. It was a reboot of an
Oh,
old
yeah.
fighting game. And
Never
it was
played it, but I
incredible.
did see a lot of people play it.
And the main theme slaps. It's really good. Guess who composed it?
Is it Mick Gordon?
Mick Gordon.
Mick fucking Gordon. Basically, what I'm
That's
saying is
awesome.
Killer Instinct 2 with Mick Gordon back on composing. Thank you very much.
Oh please.
I need it. I love Killer
I
Instinct so
wish
much.
I played more fighting games. Gotta be honest. They're so fun
Same.
when I play them. Every time I go to an arcade, which
Uh huh.
isn't very often, but especially lately. But
Yeah.
every time I go to an
Mhm.
arcade, I make it my mission to play Street Fighter on an arcade machine. It's so good.
Why haven't you
love
been going to
Street
It's
arcades
Fighter.
different,
lately?
man. It hits different.
There's a pandy.
Sega.
There's a little pandy going on.
A panda got out from the San Diego Zoo?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. 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 There's just a lot of pandas
Little-
right now. It's just a little too much.
Little
Tim.
P-dem going on.
P-dem.
Yeah, what's up, Kai?
Mortal Kombat 11.
Isn't that what you
will
use
be
to figure out the
cross-gen.
order of how to do
Oh
math?
shit, will it?
So,
Mortal Kombat 11 will be cross-play, and I do believe it will be
Oh,
cross-gen.
fuck.
fun
Yeah.
fact:
That's hype as fuck.
the only
Dude,
Mortal Kombat game
I
I've
hope
played is
so.
2.
Okay, so you've played the good one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I
Let me
love
see.
that game, but it's
All right,
Hold
at
on.
least
it
you
was
played a
also
good
on an
one.
arcade machine. I've never played a Mortal Kombat game on a console.
Like at home console.
So you played
Okay,
it the
so
right
you
way.
played a good one and you played it the right way, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good
That's
start.
how I like fighting games. I
All
love the
right,
joystick and the buttons, and
um,
you just smacking the buttons. It's so good.
The
Dude, just
all
buy
right.
the extension.
I would say
Yeah.
check out Mortal Kombat X.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic.
It's a very good
I've-
game.
I arguably would say it's
I love
better than Mortal Kombat 11
every
gameplay wise.
time a Mortal Kombat game comes out, I go on YouTube and look up the fatalities because they are so entertaining
Yup.
to watch.
Yep, they are.
Mhm. They're
They're
so good. Also, I feel like I'm gonna get.
Poor
I
animators.
love.
Oh my
love it.
god,
Just
yeah.
it's so gruesome, and I'm like, this.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the appeal to games like Mortal Kombat and Doom, right? Is where you can just like turn off your brain and just like giggle like a
Yeah.
fucking psycho at just like insanely
Yeah.
gory stuff. And it's like it's definitely not for everybody, but it's
Yeah.
fun for the people who enjoy that stuff. I love it.
Gotta get your.
But yeah, the only Mortal Kombat games I have played, the first one I ever played was the one that came out in 2011, like the reboot of the.
That's a
like,
good one.
That's a
the
really
one.
good one.
Okay.
It's a good one.
And then other than that, I used to play a few rounds of MK vs DCU on
I'm so
Maple's
sorry.
PS3.
That was a game.
That was more like, it's like we would go, like if I went over to like hang at her place, like I didn't bring my console, she had a PS3, so we would just do that to like kill time, right? Like it was not something that we were like, it was that or play Black Ops 2 multiplayer. So it was like,
And you chose that?
I mean, we juggled, it depended on the day.
All right, that's fair.
Depended on the day. So
Oh,
sometimes
man,
you wanted to
MK
have a
versus
bad
DC.
time, and then sometimes you wanted to have an okay time.
MK versus
Sega,
DC
if-
had the potential to be one of the greatest fighting games ever, and then we got what we got.
Hey, but here's the thing. MK vs DCU flopped so that Injustice could run way fucking better.
You're right.
That's very
You are right.
Injustice games are fucking awesome. I don't
Yes,
play them a
they are.
lot,
They are my favorite.
but they are so fucking cool.
Here's the thing about Injustice. Is it the best fighting game of all time? Fuck no, it's one of the worst. I still fucking love it.
Oh yeah, it's fun as hell.
Injustice 2's bullshit is 'cause every fighting game has bullshit.
Mhm.
Injustice 2's bullshit is so fucking unforgivable. It's so bullshit. Deadshot is literally busted.
Yeah.
And you can literally can't patch him unless you take him out of the game.
Yeah.
Which that's not an option, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the reason I love it is because I'm a DC guy. I just love the characters, and that's something that Maximilian dude on Twitch. That's something that I love that he says. He says, if you're everyone asks him, which fighting game should I play that will get me into fighting games? Play the one with the characters that you think look the coolest.
100% agree.
Like,
100%
if you-
agree.
If you don't know how to play fighting games, but you see King from Tekken, and you're like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. King
Get
from
Tekken, play
Tekken. Fucking Maxi from Soul Calibur.
That's why I originally played Soul Calibur 4 because Yoda was in it. I was like, holy shit, this is dope.
Yeah.
And then I
Yoda's
played
in
it.
Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I played it and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
this
Yoda's in Soul Calibur 4. Dude, because that's the thing, is like, that's the one thing I loved is how Soul Calibur's always done, like, those guest characters. Because it was on the GameCube, or like, it was original Xbox, PS2, and GameCube, and each one had a different character depending on, like, a different guest character.
Yep.
So it was like, I think it was Link on GameCube, Spawn on Xbox, and
Heichi on PlayStation 2.
yeah, Hayachi from Tekken on PS2, yeah. And then Xbox had, and then when they did Soul Calibur 4, the 360 did Yoda, the PlayStation 3 did Vader, and both of them had the Apprentice from Force Unleashed.
Star Killer?
God.
And then,
Bring
Yeah,
Force
Star
Unleashed
Killer.
back.
Galen
I need it.
Merrick.
I know, dude.
Force
That's
Unleashed.
my
And
is so
then-
good.
Dude,
My boy Sam.
Galen Merrick is such a dope name.
And then didn't they have, wasn't it like Ezio in Soul
Yeah.
Calibur 5?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Negan,
and then
right?
6 had 2B.
Negan was in Tekken.
Oh, was it Tekken? Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Negan's in Tekken.
Geralt was in 6.
Geralt wasn't. Yeah, it was Geralt in 6, and then they put Geralt, and then there's I think 2B is on PlayStation from Nier
Also-
Automata.
That sounds right.
And you want to talk about a bullshit character? Holy fuck, 2B
You
is
want to
broken.
talk about a really hot character?
Also
2B.
fair. Yeah,
Or not
Blanca.
to be.
I was thinking
One
it.
of my least favorite things that fighting games do is it's actually like similar to what Avengers is doing with Spider-Man. Having exclusive characters on consoles with no way the other console will ever get it. Kratos
Yeah.
was in Mortal Kombat 9 on the PlayStation 3.
Oh yeah, he
Was
was.
not on any other system.
That's right.
Yeah,
Um,
I forgot about that.
and then I guess I don't know how true the 2B thing is because I haven't. I don't play Soul Calibur. I
see.
don't keep up with Soul Calibur.
Was
But Spider-Man's going to be on. I mean, granted, it's Avengers. That game not only did terrible, it did beyond terrible.
then the new Avengers game?
The new Avengers
Yeah.
game.
I
it-
didn't hear anything good about it.
Undersold so much. It
Okay,
sold
also,
30 million copies.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not
So-
a great game.
It's
So,
also
uh,
not. The story is. I thought the story was fine. I think the gameplay. The gameplay looked. It looked like it was gonna get real old real fast.
Yeah.
hmm
And
Also,
also,
I did.
what I can't stand is why does every game need to be Destiny?
Yep.
Why did
Mhm.
Ghost Recon? Why did Breakpoint need to be Destiny with raids and loot and gear? Why did Marvel's Avengers have to be Destiny with raids and loot?
Wait,
and gear?
really?
Why?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's
I was
Mhm.
I was one of the people that said, you know what, this game could look a lot better, but I'm gonna give it a chance. Then I found out it's a fucking
Looter
like
shooter.
Grind
loot,
fest.
loot
yeah,
game.
looter shooter.
No, I'm out. I'm out.
That's why I stopped playing
Yeah.
the Division.
And I
Also,
hate
I
to
did
say
find
that
out-
because I fucking love Marvel, but like,
Yeah.
no, I'm out.
I also just looked it up. 2B was DLC, so she's not exclusive to a console, but she was microtransaction DLC, which is fine. Like DLC fighters are not uncommon, right?
Yeah.
But it's not like a DLC exclusive to PlayStation. It's like you can get it on either. You just have to pay for it.
The Arbiter was in Killer Instinct.
Sure
Was
was.
he
Oh,
actually?
And he
That's
was
awesome.
amazing.
Holy
That's fucking
shit,
dope.
that's
Halo
cool.
5's Arbiter.
And he was fantastic.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I want to get a series, whatever, and I think
Mhm.
my first whatever Xbox I get,
Yeah.
I think my first stream is just gonna be Killer Instinct. It's probably gonna be
Fair.
a bunch of games to see like how fast stuff is, but
Yeah.
like Killer
Yeah.
Instinct
Hell yeah.
and also Mass Effect.
Yeah, that's on Game
Oh
Pass.
yeah,
now.
that's
Yeah,
That's
dude.
exciting. That was
Oh
another
my
thing that
God,
got
I-
announced.
I will say I do love the touch of when they announced it because they announced it on N7 November 7th, right?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And
Yeah.
I love that little detail of realizing that. I cannot wait for that because the only thing I hope, and I don't think they will because I think they said it's just like a graphical re-enhancement, which kind of bums me out only
They
because
said all the
fucking
DLC would be in there too, though. Like even like the
Oh,
limited
yeah.
time stuff.
oh yeah, and I'm
I
happy
don't know
for
what
that.
means, but
The only thing I'm sad about is Mass Effect 1 controls like so bad. It's rough.
That's not the
I
best.
played it when it came out. To quote one of the founders of the Champs, good old Chizzy Hollywood, the controls have aged like milk. it is rough, and it's like, because the thing that pissed me off about it is like, because Mass Effect at its core is a cover to cover kind of fighter, right? Like you move cover to cover and shoot.
Yep.
It's not like it's so much like Gears in that, right? Where like you're meant to like get behind a post, take out a couple guys, move up, move up, move up. Mass Effect 1 didn't have an enter cover button. You had to walk towards a pillar until you snapped in
Yup.
place. It wasn't until Mass Effect 2 that we got a, hey, hit this to get into cover button. And it sucked.
Real quick before you go on, that's a thing lately too with like Ghost Recon games, where, but I imagine the technology has gotten significantly better since then.
Yeah, and smarter detection on it.
How bad was it in Mass Effect 1? Was it unresponsive?
There were multiple times where I would die in a firefight because I am trying to walk into a pillar to get behind cover, or trying to walk off of the pillar it won't let go of.
Yeesh. Yeah, Ghost
It
like
was
setting
rough.
Ghost Recon Wildlands as an example. Like if you would crouched like behind a wall, your guy would automatically like snap onto the wall. But it also felt so freeform to where you were on the wall taking cover, but if you wanted to back away from the wall, you could do it effortlessly.
Yeah, whereas with Mass Effect, I don't remember if there's a crouch button in 1. So if you want to go to hip cover, you have to just walk at head height into the fucking pillar, into like the hip height until it pulls you down.
Oh, so it works great.
Yeah, flawless system. Cannot
always-
wait. On top of the fact that Mass Effect 1's difficulty curve is probably some of the most like egregious I've ever seen.
It was a good idea, just the technology was not there yet.
Yeah, I will say the difficulty in Mass Effect 1 feels insanely unfair, because at one point, without getting too much into spoilers for the people that want to play them when they come out, it's like the first little bit, it's very linear. Like, you mean the tutorial stuff, getting you used to everything, like you're kind of going in like a set path. And then it opens up to like, hey, you have 3 different places you can go to. And there is one that if you go to first, you are in for a bad time. But it does not warn you, because it's like all 3 are open for you to explore. But if you go to one specific one, you go there, you get about halfway in, because the first half isn't that brutal. You get about halfway into it, and then it hits a point where it's like, all right, you are now in a situation where you are not allowed to leave this place until this is resolved. Also, it is hard. Good luck. And it's like,
I love Dark Souls.
That's
yeah.
Fallen Order had that. If you're gonna play Fallen Order, don't go to Dathomir first. just don't do that.
Good to know. Good to know, especially with it being on.
No big spoilers, but
especially now that it's on
don't
Game
go
Pass.
there first. You're gonna have a bad time.
If you're really good at Souls games, go ahead.
Yeah, very true.
But other than that, don't do it.
I want to go through Fallen Order.
It's on Game Pass now.
I know, that's why I want to go through it more now, more than ever.
And it's incredible, and you probably haven't seen the trailers, which means you didn't get spoiled on the biggest thing.
Yeah, the game is absolutely incredible. Correct. I just played it, like a couple weeks ago, and God, it's so good. And then I was after playing that, I went back to go play Star Wars Battlefront 2's campaign. What a shit show, dude! Bro, going from Fallen Order to Battlefront 2 is like, while Battlefront 2's story is there, the gameplay is so bad compared to Fallen Order, because Fallen Order's lightsaber dueling just feels so good, and it's like,
we also gotta consider they are two different games.
They are two very different games, but going from one to the other is like, it's not a fun jump. I'd recommend playing Battlefront 2 first.
I mean, you want a real jump, go from Fallen Order and then go back to the original Battlefront 2.
But they're so good though.
Play Ankle Shanker Yoda. I loved it, man. I love those games. Doing fucking hero TDM on Mos Eisley Cantina. Oh my god.
Did a lot of that as a kid.
Yeah. I did a lot of that. I did a lot of the hunts as well, where like it was like stormtroopers versus like the animals of the planet, running around as an Ewok, just whipping spears at stormtroopers.
The new, not
so
new
good
anymore, but Battlefront 2 has a game mode. It's called Ewok Hunt, and it's an online mode where you're either a stormtrooper or you're an Ewok, and basically it's an infection mode. And the Ewoks just have to kill all the stormtroopers, but the stormtroopers can't see. It's just pitch black, and they have a flashlight.
Oh god!
And
oh my
I
god!
played that mode. It's
the
so
flashlight has a battery.
That sounds so good.
It's such a fun mode, and me and a couple of my buddies played it at night, like in the dark, because you can't see it. Like, it's so dark in the game, and it's like, it's kind of scary, but it's like you're just fighting Ewoks. It's so good.
It's fucking terrifying.
That sounds like a
Fucking
great
good.
time.
Great mode.
That's
Highly recommend.
The one story the one memory that stays with me from the old Battlefront 2s is me and my cousin, and he had Battlefront 2 on his Xbox. So we were playing, and it was like we both picked Ewoks and go hunt stormtroopers. And he goes to throw a spear at one of the stormtrooper like AI, and a grenade goes off and launches a friendly corpse of a different Ewok, and it caught the spear mid-air and deflected the shot. It was ridiculous. Like the stormtrooper via a grenade basically get down Mr. President one of our Ewoks to save his teammate. It was ridiculous. I love it. So good.
That's incredible.
To go back to bad controls in video games, while it's obviously infuriating sometimes, I think it's so funny when your character does something you don't mean to do, like especially like in Assassin's Creed. You go to like enter a building and then you just climb the building by accident. It's like that's something that would it's just something that would never happen in real life.
Or the other one of like
hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like down,
or it's like
down.
Yeah, or the ones where it's like, I need to grab that ledge. Let me just jump, and then he just leaps off the top of like a chapel, and it's like, this took me 20 minutes. You are now falling to your death.
Yep. So,
dude, you know what was one of the worst? You want to talk about like weird control schemes and like bad control schemes? If anybody remembers the fully CG TMNT movie from like 2007 with like the monsters and the statues
you
and
mean
shit,
the best
I like that
never
movie.
saw it.
it was a great movie.
Chris Evans was in
But
it.
was he actually?
He was Casey Jones.
Oh my god, I did not know that. That's awesome.
Not a lot
But
of
they
people do.
made a game about the movie, so you already know it's going to be a fantastic, totally not broken game.
Yeah, movie games are perfect in every way.
Yeah, on the what was it? On the PS2, the controls made no sense. It was like normally in most PS2 games, it was like X was your jump, square was an attack, and then triangle, circle were your other options. In this one, it was like X was your attack, circle was jump, and triangle was like special attack. And it was like, this hurts my brain. It was just the most jacked control scheme I've ever seen. And I'm like, there's no way to remap this. And I just have to suffer with the fact that when I want to jump and I go to hit X and I throw a right hook and then fall off a building in New York. Sucked.
Bad control schemes are always really interesting to me, though, because it's like there's some games that you play and you're just like, how did you manage to fuck this up this bad?
What was the thought process on making this the keybinds? Like, how did this happen? How did this get past QA?
I think it's GTA 5 on Xbox games. A is just always jump in video games. And I think it's GTA 5, it's X. And I'm like, why are you like this?
It makes no sense.
And it's even worse because GTA is a shooter, and X is always reload by default. So it's like, reload, and you do like your little like half hop.
So dumb.
Ugh.
I love it.
It's because it's what? It's like right bumpers reload or some shit
It's something stupid.
on GTA 5.
I hate that. X
Yeah.
is the universal reload. Oh, all right. Well, I can't say X.
Okay, the left button of a controller.
The leftmost button on the 4 buttons is the reload button.
Yeah, Squex.
Always.
Correct. Yeah, Squex. The Xbox
Squexy.
Series Squex.
Squeenix.
Oh my god.
About family dumb.
Dude,
Oh man.
Dude, just saying Squeenix, I'm pretty sure we got copyright strike.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how we
dude,
peak.
this is how you get the podcast taken down in just one thing here. Y'all ready?
Yep.
Are y'all ready?
I'm ready.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Cloud. We're done,
Metallica.
dude. Oh shit,
I'm not gonna lie.
dude! James Hetfield's fucking coming for us, dude. He's gonna bust down your door and just go, yeah.
Sega, edit that out.
Why did that sound? That did not sound like Hetfield.
For a second, I was like, holy
That's
shit,
not-
he's in the Discord with us.
No, honestly,
edit that part out.
Yeah, I'm gonna censor it.
Sega's attempt at Hetfield just sounds like Kai's attempt at Stone Cold. Like,
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Dude, there's two things. I'm gonna edit out anytime somebody says Metallica, and it's just gonna be censored. And anytime nobody but the 4 in the call or the 3 in the call are gonna hear this, but I swear to God, if anybody says pee pee poo poo during the podcast, it's getting censored.
whoa.
Well, now you have to
Can't
censor
believe
that.
you
Oh,
just
I know.
said pee pee poo
Yeah.
poo, dude.
Come on, I'm gonna do so much editing now, dude.
God, don't make his job harder.
I gotta put so many
Wow,
little
we're dumb.
censorships in there. It's gonna be like,
We're so
get
dumb.
mad.
I can't believe you.
What did he just say?
I can't believe this got approved for. I can't believe this got approved for more than one. That's all
we
I'm
don't know
saying.
that.
I'm the one that
I think our
approved it.
network's gonna cancel us. Honestly.
Yeah, my statement still
network.
stands, Kai.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know why.
Should
I
we
did
pitch
that.
this to Fox or something, like AMC or something? Anything's better than that Walking Dead show they got. Is that show still going on?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Why?
Yeah, Walking Dead and Talking Dead
Talking
are
Dead.
both
The
still
fuck is
going.
that?
Where they?
I forgot
And
about
do you not-
Talking Dead. It's
it-
like
It's where
the
they talk
after
about it.
show.
Yeah, it was literally you would do it. It was an episode of Walking Dead. I remember this. I used to watch back in the day. It was an episode of Walking Dead, and then an hour-long show afterwards,
with Chris Hardwick.
where it was what's his name? Chris Hardwick. Yes, he was the host, and then it was like 2 or 3 either like celebrity super fans of the show who I don't think watched shit all, but like, I don't know, and occasionally someone from the cast, and they would break down the episode. After that ended, they would replay the episode for anyone who missed it the
Just
first time.
get
It's
friends.
like reaction videos on YouTube, except
They
actual fun.
talked about the show. It's just Chris
Yeah.
Hardwick saying, "Well, they walked and then they did and then there was some walkers and then."
Don't get me wrong. I love, like, I do not hate Chris Hardwick. He is an awesome dude. I love his personality.
Tim, why
that
does it not
show-
surprise me that Chris Hardwick hosts it? Why does that not surprise me?
It's a nerd.
Oh, not at all.
I don't know why.
He,
It's
like,
just like
here's the thing.
he's just the person I expected to host it.
He's like a great dude though. Like I've watched him in a few other things, and like I don't dislike him.
Oh, that's
but it's
I'm
like,
not saying that in a bad way at all. It's just
Yeah.
I just felt
Oh,
like
yeah.
I knew it was Chris Hardwick.
yeah, it's like of all the people to think of, Hardwick's the one that makes sense. But like, yeah,
He's just the first
Hardwick's a
person that
great
comes
dude,
to
but
mind.
I honestly think Walking Dead should have ended a
Yeah, season
long
1.
time ago. Like it's just getting.
Yep.
I mean, okay. I mean, the whole thing with the governor
Yeah.
wasn't bad. I feel like after that they
agree.
could have probably ended
There's just-
it, like, or
That show has
wrapped
way
it
too
differently.
much filler.
Yeah, honestly, like season 1 is great. I love the stuff with the governor. I can't stand season 2.
People who
like, on the
defend
farm.
season 2,
Fuck
I'm
all
like,
of that.
do you have eyeballs?
dude. The only good part about season 2 is when the thing is burning down and Herschel's got the infinite ammo shotgun.
Oh yeah.
That's me when people
doesn't-
defend Arrow season 4.
He doesn't reload the thing until there happens to be a zombie
Bro.
behind him. Like nothing comes after him until he goes, I fired my 800 shells. Time to put one
Walking
more
Dead-
in, and then there's
Walking
something
Dead
behind
is the
him.
reason I
Ugh.
don't watch TV shows. It's just like it
Fair.
because I was invested, and then it got to a point where I was forcing myself to watch it, and I'm like, I'm not enjoying myself watching the show, given or like with the exception of a couple characters that I still care about, but like overall, I was just not enjoying it. And then like
That's how I was with the DC shows on the CW. I
Fair.
just like after I watched through Arrow, I've been watching Arrow forever. So like, all right, I at this point I got through season 4. I'll just stick with it until it's done. And just after that ended earlier this year, that was earlier this year, man. That's crazy. After Arrow ended earlier this year, I just fell off because it's like, it's not that I don't care about the characters, but also the plot is so obvious. It's like, hey, spoilers for The Flash season 6. It's like every fucking season, Flash loses his speed, and it's like, oh my god.
it was me,
It's like I've
Barry.
seen this before.
Also,
it was me, Barry.
You really want to know how much they're milking The Walking Dead? Season 11 will be the final season that's going to start airing in 2021, and it's going to take them. It's 24 episodes covering a 2-year broadcast period, and at the same time, they're announcing a spin-off series for Daryl and Carol that will start airing in
Brother.
2023.
Why?
So they're gonna
Bro.
they're gonna start the final season next year, wrap the final season in 2022, and then start airing the spin-off in 2023.
All right, but you know what? Norman Reedus, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah,
I don't get it, dude. Clearly they're doing it because
Yeah.
it's. I mean, how many people still watch The Walking Dead?
It's
I don't
popular.
know anybody who watches The Walking Dead.
Tim, I'll tell you why they're still doing it, and I've never seen The Walking Dead. You want to know why they're still doing it?
I don't know.
Dollar
but
bills.
Money.
Who watches it? I don't know anyone who watches it. I can't name a single person I know who watches it. Maybe besides people who don't tell me. But
According, I
And
just
there's
looked this
still
up.
a big audience.
According to the Hollywood Reporter, The Walking Dead season 10 averaged 5.4 million viewers per episode.
Still?
Holy hell!
That's a lot of people with nothing
Yeah.
left to do.
Why?
Yeah.
Play a video game, dude. The fucking
Yeah.
Telltale games are better.
Bro, that's mind blowing.
dude,
to me.
the
That's
fucking-
not true. The one Walking Dead Telltale game was fucking terrible.
Which one?
Yeah, that's true.
That or go play the one where you play as Daryl and don't get the crossbow till halfway in.
Oh yeah. I also
What was it like?
hate
Walking?
how- I
It was
won't
like
spoil
Walking
it.
Dead, like
I won't spoil
survival
Telltale
instinct or some
Walking
shit.
Dead, because I do think it is worthy of a playthrough. The whole thing at least one time. I hate how it ended.
I never played season 4.
Yep.
so much.
I never played
What's
season
that?
4. It's just like, because Telltale shut down in the middle of them releasing it, right? And then it came out that they just treated their employees like shit, and I was just like, I don't want to play this game. And it was also, I feel like the seasons got released so far apart, I don't remember shit. But I'm also me, and I just have a bad memory. But you know,
You got to put a few more wrinkles in that brain, boy.
yes, dude. Maybe I'll play it eventually.
Smooth brain over here.
Bro, shout out to The Walking Dead though.
Shout out.
Dude, can we get
Hey,
sponsored by The Walking Dead?
Can we get sponsored
Not
by Chris
to-
Hardwick, but not anything he's affiliated with? Just specifically Hardwick.
Not to
Just
completely
Negan.
deviate the subject, but Fast 9 comes out in 190 days. Just want to make that clear. As of recording this.
Hell yeah.
We're
I'm glad
Yeah.
you're excited.
every podcast we're gonna need to make sure we have an update on when Fast 9 is gonna come out.
Okay, I can do that.
Until it comes out.
No.
I have the command in my Twitch chat.
I'm down.
Exclamation
You're ridiculous.
exclamation FF gives you a
Of
countdown
course
for
you
Fast
do.
9.
That's
Of course you
fucking
do.
It's about
funny.
family, dude.
Stupid.
It's about family. Hey, this was really fun, guys.
We
Hell yeah.
This was an awesome episode 1.
we gonna call it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, 2
What
hours
a,
15. I think that's a good length
what a
for
pilot.
episode 1.
I hope
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
pilot. The one-off. Who am I?
I hope we get picked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully the big network
Hey,
picks us up.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Wow.
I
No,
picked
this was
it
a lot
up
of fun, though.
Hell yeah. Hey. Thank you guys. This was fun.
Absolutely.
This is a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you guys
Thank you.
for listening into the podcast. Definitely leave a 5-star rating on wherever you're listening to this. Really helps out a lot.
Yeah, legitimately. Leave a review anywhere. If it's on YouTube,
Yeah.
leave a comment. Like, subscribe.
Share it.
Do all that good stuff. Share it. Yeah. Go tell your
Yes.
friends to listen
Send
to
it
it.
to
Some
your
people-
grandma on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, like, let us know if there's anything, like, constructive criticism on it, right? Like, we're all kind of still figuring this out and learning it as we go. So, like, any constructive criticism we can take from it and learn from it and grow from it,
Yeah.
right? Because, like, we want this to succeed.
For sure,
right?
make sure
So-
all of your criticism is directed to apple.com/support. We'll be taking any questions and concerns there. Just make sure everything's directed there.
Disclaimer. That is
And
not how it works.
don't ever say pee pee poo poo.
God damn it.
Gave you more work. Thank you guys for listening.
Just remember-
Take care.
Yeah.
Goodbye and
Love you.
good night.